Fellas, let's talk facts. Your belt game can make or break your look. You can have the cleanest fit, but if your belt is cracked, stretched, or sagging, you just killed the vibe. And believe me, women notice. First impressions matter. That's why I'm excited to partner with Anson Belt and Buckle. They completely reimagine how belts should work. No more holes. Anson uses a micro-adjustable track system that gives you the perfect fit every single time. Once you try it, you'll never go back to a regular belt. And here's what sets it apart. One box gives you 3 buckles and 3 straps. That's 9 different combos. More versatility, less clutter. You'll look sharp in every situation. Anson is family owned, backed by a lifetime guarantee. And because they're sponsoring this video, you'll get a free bonus buckle and a strap when you click the link below or scan the QR code. Don't wait. Upgrade your belt game today.
Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Look, mile like 3-6 pulled up, ski trip cold winter. All my eating good. I remember when we had no dinner. West side, east side, no side, both sides with me. Check, come and check, leaving flex season 12, come and get.
What's going on, family? Ooh, my bad. How y'all doing? Welcome to King Talk. Let me go introduce the crew. We got Mr. Trav Smooth, Viz, Willie, Mont, Law, Nelson, Hank, me, and myself, Lapeef JR. Welcome to King Talk. What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
What's good, good brother? How y'all feeling?
Another day in paradise, man. What's good? What's good? What's going on, Willie?
What's that?
Another day, big dog.
All right. Look at him out with the hoodie on, man. Feeling good this week, man. The Bears did their thing, man.
You know.
Showed out.
More to come. More to come.
I don't want to acknowledge the Dallas Cowboys, unfortunately. I know we got Cowboys fans on the panel. Slick there, Viz.
Y'all can have your way with the
Vince
Cowboys.
looked like he just came from a photo shoot for a new Monopoly game.
That's why he had that church music playing in the background earlier.
Yeah.
All makes sense now.
Hey, baby,
Yeah,
I'm in church right now, baby. Let me call you right back.
He had choir practice.
He's like dressed like a sharp choir director.
Well, it's good to see you guys. Welcome to King Talk. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. What's going on, Mr. Sink? How you doing? We got Julie in the house as well. Therese, long time. Bruno, King Gang, Construct Icon, Shaka Carter. You all catch us on the replay, hit the like button. Shout out to the sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle. That link is pinned to the top of the chat as well as in the description. We got an excellent show here for you guys tonight. You submit to your boss, but not your husband. Dave Anderson cooks modern women. Are you guys familiar with Dave Anderson at all? Ever heard of him? I'm in the same boat as you guys. I haven't heard of him as well, but he has a trending story, a little clip that we're going to go ahead and break down. I think he made some interesting things, and we're going to make it a discussion tonight. I'm looking for you guys to unpack this, tie it back into our everyday reality. Let's try to think a little bit deeper in our thoughts when we had these conversations. I want to make sure that we are giving a lot of value and not just pointing the fingers and talking about individuals. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring this clip up, play a little bit of it. Let's react to it. It's like a plan. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and bring it on screen right here. We'll go ahead and play some of it. Here we go.
And they would probably jail me for that. Sometimes a microphone in the wrong hands is a weapon. And like I said, you will know the tree from the fruit that it bears. Show me
It's
the
coming
fruit,
in
and we
choppy,
can have a
bro.
conversation.
You just coming in choppy?
Yeah, sound like a robot.
It's like robot for everybody else.
No, I can hear it.
I can hear it.
Yeah, it was clear for me.
That was good.
I'm gonna check the feed. Hold up.
Yeah, go ahead and check the feed. How we doing, chat? Everybody,
Willie on that. Willie on his Obama phone.
Oh, okay.
That's what we want to do. Monopoly nigga. All right, that's cool. I'm gonna use the $200 I can get to pass and go to go get me a real phone.
All right,
Place ass nigga. Go ahead, dog.
All right, here we go, y'all.
Me for that. Sometimes a microphone in the wrong hands is a weapon. And like I said, you will know the tree from the fruit that it bears. Show me the fruit, and then we can have a conversation.
Talk to us about the YN apocalypse.
So again, this is another thing that Gen X and the baby boomers did, which was not pay attention to the importance of rearing your child. When you're getting paid by daddy government because daddy government did the baby face on you, I'll pay your rent, I'll buy your clothes, I'll give you housing too, just don't have a man in the house. When daddy is out of the equation because you forced him out, you get YNs. For every action, this is science, y'all learned this in 9th grade. In every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So now you got these kids out here in Pooh Shiesty masks because you have not taught them that they can do something with their hands. You told them to go to college, and I'm sorry, everybody ain't a scholar. My grandfather put 7 kids through college with a 6th grade education just working with his hands. We get off of that because that's not sexy enough. Then you get this propaganda, this person's got to be a high value man. He got to have 6, 7 figures for you to even look his way. He got to take you on a $300 meal date. The first date, don't know your middle name, your last name, your blood type, or your STD panel. But you want all these things for him. So at the end of the day, what's happened is these YNs are out here robbing you because you did not give them any skills to focus on. You did not give them anything to do. You did not give them any sense of self. You did not build up their self-esteem, and you did not hug your boys. You let your boys run and let the streets raise them, and now you're mad that it's coming home to roost. You did that.
All right, gonna go ahead and stop it there. Do y'all agree the government basically became the father in the home?
I mean, you know, that's that age old. Anytime we bring up this conversation, we know that's what it's gonna go back to. You know, the whole welfare being pushed on the women. You can't have the father in the house in order to receive such benefits. So they've taken the place, and you know, it's the usual. It's nothing. I know everybody done heard this 10 times over. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out here regurgitating a lot of facts and statistics that we all know and been talking about for years at this point. So yeah, you know.
Go ahead, Willie. I seen you came off the mic. Do you really think the government really helped break black families by replacing fathers with benefits?
Yeah, they made it easier for women to get what they wanted, which was to be from up under the authority of a man. And said, all right, well, hey, if you kick this nigga out the house, we'll pay for your rent. We'll give you food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Section 8. And, you know, like it was a dog in heat. Most women jumped on it. So, and now the kids that the men that they're complaining about are the ones they're raising. They're not complaining about men with they had, you know, healthy fathers, you know, strong black role model, strong male role models growing up. They're complaining about these emotionally regulated, loud, well, fuck you then, bitch types that they raised.
All right. What about you, Nelson?
Yeah, I agree. For, you know, a certain demographic that, you know, kind of became the norm, like pushing the fathers out or trying to dictate what fatherhood needed to look like for these kids, and, you know, not allowing them to raise kids the way they saw fit. And, I mean, it all kind of, you know, the government really messed our kids up. I don't put full blame on them because, you know, fathers have a certain role in what they didn't step up and do. Mothers had a role in, you know, keeping fathers away from their children. So it is like a big, you know, it is a systems thing, but the government definitely didn't help with their rules and restrictions around, how somebody could get benefits and keep benefits. There was certainly was an incentive to, keep fathers out of the home. So I definitely agree with what you're saying.
All right, go ahead, Trev.
Well, I agree. That's definitely a major factor. That's one of the key components as to why things are the way they are right now. We still had to take the bait, right? We had to take the bait, and we can't absolve ourselves of the responsibility when we actually have to make that choice, right? That's not what I chose. That's not what most of the men in the panel have chosen, right? If not all of us, we still understood what the circumstances were, and we persevered no matter what, and went through situations and made tough choices because it was more responsible. So, and I understand there's so many different aspects of how, whether it be the government or certain groups of people have been against us, with what's been just pure hatred or systemic racism and different obstacles that we've faced. At the end of the day, if we on code, if we are doing what it is we're supposed to do, then none of that can actually defeat us. It's just a matter of what it is that we're willing to do. Are we willing to make the sacrifices? Are we willing to ignore the noise? Are we willing to push beyond these damn stereotypes, step up and get busy?
All right, go ahead. Dope. Do you think the government really helped break up Black families by replacing fathers with benefits?
I really don't have a comment because I have more so questions. Because I hear it all the time, but I don't really ask a lot of deep questions about it. And I have questions about it. Like, I wonder, like, okay, so was this just for the poor families? Because I hear Black families used to do well. They used to do good and the family was intact. So at what point could the government come in and say, like, hey, I got a few $100s for you a month? That sounds like it's something that would entice a family without money. Then I would ask, okay, what made those families not have money at that, for it to really, just kind of like damage the entire community. But that's a I'll do my research on that later. But I guess for now, I just don't really have much to say to it. But I do hear that all the time.
All right, so you said you had a question. What was your question again?
I got a lot of questions. I like to really analyze certain things. So I would, either do research or see somebody who's extremely educated on it and really pick their brain and ask some questions, see if I can get some answers to give me a holistic viewpoint of everything.
Okay. So you just saying somebody that's an expert, but not nobody on the panel.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody going to proclaim themselves an expert, I can talk to them.
Okay.
Anybody want,
On Section 8?
No, not Section 8, but Black history and when the food stamps got introduced and all that.
You start talking about that shit, bro, you're gonna get them Africans that in white hate. Come up here. Don't do it. You can't talk about Black. You say Black history 3 times. All these FBA niggas want to pop up and start talking about it. So it's like Candyman right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Marcus, I'll come to you. The question I was posing to the panel is, do you think the government really helped break up Black families by replacing fathers with benefits?
Helped or is the reason that they broke up?
Say it again. You cut
Those
out.
two different things. I say helped or the reason. If you saying helped, I think anything can contribute. Now the percentage of the reason, I'm with real dope. I need to know exactly how they coming up with these things, because I've seen a whole lot of people growing up that was actually in. So the majority of my friends was not in 2-parent homes, but the general surrounding community, it was a whole lot of them. So some of the narratives, I just don't. I need to see the information in full and dissect it, because I think drugs played a part in that. It could be 2-parent homes with drugs in there. I think it's a lot of offshoots of the effects of just the ideology of white supremacy and the things that was done, especially during that time. So it could be various things that play a huge role in exactly why things went that way. It could be propaganda, programming, drugs, immigrant, anything. It's a whole lot of different things. So yeah, I'm a real though. We could dissect all of that because I think they said in the Moynihan report they believe that by influencing by helping black men make more money, that we would have took that money into our homes and become more two-parent homes, right? But the problem with that is that was also around the civil rights, like the lead up to the civil rights movement, and a lot of that was being funded by those jobs, and there was incentive to pull the funding so that movement wouldn't be pushed forward. So it's different perspectives that could be discussed in detail to come to a conclusion. Then there's people who might say immigration was weaponized in order to do some of those things. It's just a wide range of different concepts that you could dissect. I want to see which information that you was basing that off of.
You know, it's something I recently thought of. It was a lot of back in that time. It was a lot of guys leaving their families and starting new ones. And it was just very common. I know so many people who I just end up talking and we start talking about our families, and you know, they start telling me like, oh yeah, this is other daughter from here, and I'm like, oh, so that happened to your family too? Like your folks did that? They went down south, started, you know, had a new family. I think it was extremely normal back then to just leave and start a new family. Like I think that was a very popular thing for men to do back then. You get tired of some shit, you out. So I'm not sure how much of that.
You know what else was real popular back then, real dope? Stepdads. The same way people was moving on, it was people moving in. At one point, I think KS used to talk about how it was a celebrated position, and there were several stepdad. Like it was rare you found somebody that didn't have maybe their paternal parent there, but they did have a father figure that was in the home.
Yeah, absolutely, very common. A lot of our grandmoms and our moms, a lot of us grew up with stepdads, and a lot of us, our grandmoms, you know, stepdads and all that type of stuff. So it was a lot of men leaving, you know, versus just not. It was a man in the home, but you know,
it wasn't the paternal parent. Like my grandfather and grandma, they was together on one side. My grandfather and grandma on my father's side separated, but she found a stepfather within a year or two, and then they was together for 50, 60 years. And then all my aunts, the first three had children with a man in the neighborhood. Then they found stepfathers. So they all ended up married, every last person in my family. And the ones that had a child out of wedlock prior to got married to a stepfather.
So I guess I have a question. Like, how many of the people on the panel, your moms and grandmoms, how many of them kept a man out the house for food stamps, or how many kind of kept a stepdaddy or a man around in the house? I know that wasn't the thing with my family. It was always they kept a man in the house. So I'm curious about your experience.
Yeah, my home, my mother, she didn't get like food stamps and no shit like that. But she did get remarried by the time I was much older. So that was the case in my house. I saw her work.
Anybody else want to respond? Dope.
Intact grandparents is in the house. Grandfather was always there. Had stepdad inside the house with my mom. Like never did any of the food stamps and stuff like that.
All right. Anybody else?
No, all people in my family was married. The only person that wasn't married was my biological mom and my father. But he had my stepmother, so.
Yeah, and I think for me as well, but I think that's also why we are kind of outliers in this situation and what we're talking about. Right? Everybody on this panel basically saw something a bit different. but we do know some that were like that, right? So like if you think about that movie that was back in like the 70s, Claudine, right? It was like 71. That's one of the main things that they talked about in it. And that was before our time. I don't think anybody on the panel that old, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things that, yeah, we know it existed. Granted, we were not the ones that had to deal with it, but I bet we knew peers that did. You know what I'm saying? I know we knew. And then even as us becoming adults and becoming fathers, right? I know we saw some of our peers in that situation there. The I don't need no man stroke. You know what I'm saying?
So, all right,
Yeah.
I got 2 questions. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, in response to what Law was just talking about, I've seen where I'm just thinking back to like elementary school, shit like that, and from what I witnessed, it did seem like there was a just a very small presence of active fathers. So I could definitely relate to that for at least my peers, even though that wasn't my situation. But what I saw, yeah, for sure. And then in high school, like even more from the people that were around me.
But I guess my question was more so, is it the women keeping men out like, yo, we can fuck around, but you gonna fuck up my stamps? Or was it a situation where they just couldn't find men, or no men actually wanted them? That's where, like, were those women who would have wanted to get married if the opportunity presented itself? Or, that's kind of my question.
Ain't no woman is about to sit here and say, "Oh, I can go get married." And excuse me, of these types of women who qualify for food stamps, they're not going to go do anything to get them that's going to require them to be responsible for shit, like the way the way they behave, the way they look, the way they think, their mindset, all those things. Because if they go get a husband, they're not going to qualify for food stamps anymore, and they would rather qualify for food stamps and be able to live on their own, live the way they want to live, than to go, follow a man's lead and be under his, provision and roof, because they feel like they're going to take a hit lifestyle wise as far as autonomy goes.
What percentage of women you think was on fall into that out of the general perspective?
I would say that every woman on food stamps or government assistance would.
No, out of all women in total, out of all black
shit, I don't
women,
know.
what percentage?
That's one I don't know.
Majority minority.
Damn.
Oh, it's the minority for sure. The majority of women aren't on any type of government assistance. I mean, even if you give them the groups of women who are on, school, who have student loans, like if a lot of people want to call that government assistance. Even if you give them that, it's still the overwhelming majority of women don't take it.
Though to answer your question, I think some of the women may have desired marriage, but I think they just are difficult to build with someone. And so when they do hop on stamps, it's more for like survival. It's an option. So even if they are trying to build with someone that don't work out, then I could just go get some food stamps in order to kind of fill in.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get Hink and Viz on this question so we can move on. Do y'all think the government really help break up the black families by replacing fathers with benefits? Y'all can add some if y'all want to. If not, then I'll just move on.
Yeah. You asking, do we think majority of women? Is that what you're saying, JL?
No, I was saying, do you think the government really help break up black families by replacing fathers with benefits?
Yeah, because the one reason why is Section 8 is income based. Food stamps all income based. So they could still have a man and get food stamps in Section 8. Now that man is probably not going. Well, look, let me not lie. Some of these men live there. They just don't get reported. Now, I mean, I had one before in one of my Section 8 houses, and I never said that because he was one paying an offset of her Section 8. So I didn't say anything until she forced me to report her ass, and then I got sick of her paying late, and then I'm like, fuck you and your kids, and I reported, and I got put out, a voucher got snatched. I don't give a shit. I need my money. So they can have this stuff. I mean, they can have a man, but as soon as they get married, then that's what is going to change. It's going to have to make an adjustment. Now she's got to report this man and put him on a voucher. And if it takes him over the income threshold, she's no longer be eligible for those government benefits. But a lot of those women is like,
what if it was the tenant portion? I'm sorry,
said what?
I thought you. I said, how much was the tenant portion?
$250 a month.
How much was the Section 8 paying?
That's what they mean when you say like they can't have a man because the man, a working male, even their kids being 16, sometimes they don't want them to go work because they'll take their household income above the threshold that qualifies them for the assistance they get and the food stamps. It's not complicated. Like
So I think that's where the paradox lies because
when y'all get done, I'm gonna finish.
So those women.
Oh shit!
Go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, my
y'all
fault.
go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Y'all finish. I'm finished.
All right,
go ahead, Trev. Go ahead, Trev.
My bad. But you got cut off twice before I went, just so you know.
I know. I'm not putting on you.
My bad, G.
They all rude. They ain't shit.
Let's go ahead and let him.
No, so I was just saying I think that's where the paradox lies because it's like she could get a dude, but he has to be a dude making a certain amount that will completely be able to cover whatever he was already doing plus all of her expenses, because now she's going to have that void of whatever the amount was, whether it be $800 a month toward her Section 8, $300 a month towards her food stamps type shit. So he has to at least be able to supply that much more for her to even want to get legally married or anything like that. Because at that point, some people see it as a hustle and, they'll try to work under the table or just do things under the radar. So anything not to mess their bread up that's coming in every month.
Well, like I was sharing earlier, it's income based. So they're going to do everything they have to do, like you said, to stay up under the table and don't make enough money. So as long as they're not married to this man, because if that man's there, he will put that threshold will go a little higher for them. But if he's making over that amount of threshold, it's going to eliminate them, all the benefits. And so now she's looking like, well, now we got to pay cash out of pocket for this food. Now we got to pay the full amount of rent instead of paying a portion of it or a discount, a deep discount rate on it. Saying now we got to pay for our medical insurance. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to deal with those type of things. So those are some of those things that they feel like in the long run, it may not be beneficial. Because again, this man not be here for the rest for the life of the children. You know what I'm saying? He may just be a couple years. All of a sudden, I'm forfeiting my voucher. I'm forfeiting these food stamps. Now I got to go down here, reapply, and do this whole process. So they don't like that shit. They don't want to deal with that shit if they don't have to. They want to deal it one time. So I don't have to marry you. We don't have to get married. We could just shack up together. You know what I'm saying? Come over, slide through, or you stay here. We just got to make sure if whoever owns that Section 8 house comes through, we got to make sure everything's on the up and up. So I'm going to leave it there.
That's
All right,
Claudia.
go ahead,
That's
man.
the whole movie.
That happens in real life.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep this clip rolling then. Let me go ahead and get to the next part. Where is it at? Oh.
Back up my wife. If I had sons, my wife would fall back because it is my job, like it was my father's job and his father's job before him, to raise his son into a man. We have taught our children, we have taught society, and we put a battery in our women's back by telling them that masculinity is toxic, that submission is wrong. I got to submit to God. I got to submit to the IRS. You submit to your white ass boss every single day. But yet and still, you won't submit to your husbands. But then you get on these podcasts, you get on these television shows, you watch these reality shows that are scripted, and you sit up there and you say, I want a man who's a provider. No. Your husband is supposed to be a provider. We out of whack. Iyanla Van Zandt told y'all was out of order, and nobody wanted to hear it.
So maybe I feel like with the submission thing, I feel like because that's like a hot topic on the podcast world with submission. But we keep telling black women to submit to men that don't have their life together.
Who said that?
How can you submit? How can you submit to a man who?
We'll go ahead and stop it there. Bring this up. Your husband is supposed to be a provider. How do y'all feel about that? Can a relationship really work if a woman won't submit, even when the man is doing his part?
I think it can work.
No, because then she not doing her part. If she can't submit, she's not doing her part.
I think Dope about to say something different. What you say, Dope?
No, I was saying I think it can work for certain types of men and certain types of women. It won't work for me, but it can work for some people, you know, who just want to kind of cohabitate and kind of do their thing. I think it's a lot of people in marriages there's a lot of long marriages where the woman is just like, she don't listen to my standard, but they together and he chilling, he shutting up and he watching his football on Sundays and he letting his wife nag, and it's technically still a marriage, so you know.
Anybody else? Can a relationship really work if a woman won't submit even when the man is doing his part?
No. Not a romantic one. Like, that's his homegirl and they roommates and live together, maybe, yeah. But
oh yeah, he more likely laying wood to another heifer, man. He going to the other woman's house to get some goddamn peace, but he come home and hear that bullshit. Nah, I don't think it's gonna work, y'all. That's my opinion.
How do you guys view submission from a woman? Like, what does that look like for you? Because I mean, we're using the word submit, but it may be differently for every gentleman on the panel. But I just want to try to get some ideas on how you guys view submission, because that will probably tell if it would be able to work or not.
I mean, you gotta do what I say. You gotta do what I tell you to do. You gotta do what I say. And but also, you know, if you're not a tyrant, most likely, once your woman is acclimated and she understands her role, you understand your role, you're not telling her shit to do all the time. I think submission, it kind of gives you that big red button of like, all right, at the end of the day, if I wanted to, I could hit that big red button and it don't matter what you're talking about. You got like, do what I just told you. But you don't use that often because most likely you and your woman are in alignment. So you don't gotta do all of that. You can talk to her and you can ask her things without telling her things. Like, y'all can just talk. Y'all can, you know, y'all on the same page. But I think submission is like complete submission to, this is, you submit to my vision of the future. You submit to my vision of our family. You know, you're going where I lead us, which I might lead us to hell, right? It's a possibility, but you trust me not to. You know, but you're giving me everything. I need everything from you. I need your trust when you feel like, you know what, I don't think we should be doing this. Communicate to me. Tell me what you think. Tell me why you think that. And ultimately, I'll take that into consideration. But if I decide not to, you gotta, you know, I'm the captain.
Does everybody agree with Mutt? As far as the whole submission, a woman just do what I say do?
Nah, but it's simply somebody that's
agree.
willing to conform to the authority of somebody else, right? You know what I'm saying? That's submission. At the end of the day, if they're ready to allow you to lead and take a step back and not want to be, you know what I mean, trusting your leadership, yeah, they're willing to conform to your authority. That's it.
That sounds nice.
think
I
that
think
is,
it's the same thing.
I think it's more so of respect. If in the submission, you're submitting because you respect this man. If you don't respect him, then you, in most cases, won't submit to him. So I think that's the overarching perspective from it, regardless of however it is that the man or woman wants to look at it. If she doesn't respect you, if there's no respect there, then she's not going to submit.
Is it possible for a man to feel respected but not get submission?
No.
No.
Maybe.
Like
I don't
submission, a submission from a woman is that woman respecting like his role as her man and his judgment. You know, maintaining peace instead of having power struggles. Like accepting and respecting and honoring his masculinity, following his lead willfully and not fearfully. Like that's what submission is, and it's based on trust. So a lot of women don't submit to men because they don't trust them. But at the same time, if you are demonstrating that you are worthy of her submission and her trust, and then that woman still chooses not to, then at some point you're going to have to decide, okay, am I willing to still deal with this woman and her lack of submission, or is it time for me to go find somebody else? What happens is a lot of men just choose to deal with it because they don't want to go find nobody else. But like if you have to tell your woman to do shit, or like she comes to you with problems, or you address problems and she's constantly not doing what you told her to do, constantly trying to do something else, constantly going to ask somebody else for their opinion before she goes and does it, that woman doesn't trust you. And if she doesn't trust you, you shouldn't want to lead her.
Yeah.
I don't think I think a man can feel respected if his woman don't submit to him, but I think because I don't think all men are like the type of men that is going to demand that any relationship be in that a woman is submitting to him. I think it's a lot of men who don't necessarily want everything that comes with being a leader. I do. I think it's a lot of them that's okay with that. It's like all the responsibility is on you. All the accountability is on you. Like being a leader is just not, you know, a lot of guys want to be in charge. They don't want to be a leader. Same thing with women. They be wanting to be in charge sometimes, but they don't want to be the leader. They don't want accountability. So, yeah, I think some men can be hard if they women don't submit to them.
I'm gonna be honest, and who was that, Trev?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to you, Dex. But I'm gonna be honest. Before we even start having these discussions online, I wasn't hearing any man talk about submission, at least within my circle, within arm's reach. I've never heard nobody talk about respect. I think people knew what disrespect was, but having these conversations saying this is an absolute, I just wasn't seeing it happening. So these conversations have been enlightening for some folks, but I don't even think that they grew up like that. I think that it was the norm for if they grew up in a single parent household that they mom worked, or if they was just average people that both was getting to it. So I don't even think that they even, some of these discussions that we have, and I don't think it was a reality for them. But go ahead, Trey.
I think it
So
was.
JR, to your point, it's a couple of things, right? There's a whole lot of new discussions that we're having right now. Now that people universally recognize that there are serious issues within marriage, right? For one, or just relationships as a whole. Like I never heard anybody say anything about body count or none of that shit until I started watching podcasts. Like what? I mean, you knew like she was a, you know what I mean? Like she a 304 or whatever. That might be one of the joints, but nobody was like, "What's your body count?" It was seemed, pretty goofy back in the day to do that, or just a whole lot of aspects that now that we're really trying to get to the bottom of what's wrong here, because we realize the dating pool's pretty pissy, and we all yearn to see why, right? Men are griping because it's been pretty bad for a little while now. I'm sure that social media exacerbated the issue, but it was already pretty bad. Whereas the pregnancy rate was high, teenage pregnancy, I'm sorry, marital rates low, income low, just most measurable metrics were in the basement. So, and not just us, but society as a whole compared to what we had going on before. So people are really trying to get to the bottom of it. To Mon's point, I kind of agree with what he's saying as far as, I might have heard me say before, but sometimes there is perfect function within dysfunction. Even though we may not see it that way, as far from our perspective to say, well, damn, yeah, I don't need my, like the whole submission thing, right? It wasn't something we talk about, but a lot of us just know what that looks like, right? That's just what we may have witnessed from our fathers and all of that. But there are some dudes who are pretty cool with that. There's a lot of people who associates of mine that are just like, oh yeah, well, she's the boss. A lot of people say that shit, and I'm like, damn. Or the happy wife, happy life people, right? Those people, man. It's a lot of guys running around like that, and for them, they still kind of view themselves as happy. Some of them will have long lasting relationships. Again, I'm with it ain't gonna work for me because that's not how I roll. But does that mean that nobody could function like that? Absolutely not. There's a lot of dudes out here that let the woman wear the pants. That whole my better half thing. These are all things that we are familiar with, that actual men that we've witnessed is their situation. And to them, they don't really see themselves as unhappy because in their little circle, their little crews, it's the same thing. And sometimes when I go around certain groups, I seem like a weirdo when they be like, well, I got to run this past the boss first. You know what I mean? And I'll be like, no. But then I look like I'm a weirdo because everybody else is like a consensus. And to me, they like, what you mean? What are you, some type of a tyrant? No, like, that's just not how it really go. Like, I mean, the power dynamic's different on this side. I got you. But yeah, that's some real shit, Marcus. I see you laughing because you probably saw some of them dudes too that happy wife, happy life shit.
Yeah, look, so Trey, now you on point because I was raised around different types of marriages, but the one that you talking about, I always knew under no circumstances was I ever gonna be in that type of relationship. And my mama was telling me don't ever get in a relationship like that. She was like, "Boy, you better maintain your balls. You can't be out here getting treated and talked down on and cursed out." And two of my uncles had wives that. So the women that they married were archetypes for me not to fuck with. Cause I was like, oh, I would never. We go to an event for the holidays, and she's skulking at you like you better eat all the food on your plate. You scared to throw the plate away in the garbage and stuff when you were a real little kid. I'm like, man, I ain't never fucking with nobody like her when I get older. And then as I start getting older, I start asking questions and shit. I went through the rebellion phase. I'm like, well, why like? So probably how Real Dope be asking all these weird questions now. I was asking them weird questions when I was a teenager. I'd be like, so why aren't we celebrating the family at Thanksgiving as opposed to this? Well, what is this? Why are we doing this for religion? Well, why do you let your wife just talk to you like that? Well, why can you only have one wife? Well, why did you choose? Like, I was asking every question under the sun, and I was getting my information, and I was saying like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work for me, big dog. I don't care what y'all think it's supposed to be, but that shit ain't gonna work for me. And what I realized is I had developed into something in somebody that would not take a whole lot of the bullshit. So when I was talking to my homies, they would not tell me the truth about what they was dealing with in their relationships because they assumed I was lying to them. So then when we would hang out and the women I'll be dating at the time come around and they like the most feminine, soft-spoken, very like subservient would probably be the best word, but it wasn't in a malicious way. It was always like because they wanted to. Them niggas thought I was beating women. He got to be hitting her. That ain't no way. You got to be hitting her. I know you abusive. I'm like abusive. Nigga, I've never in my life put my hands on it. I'm abusive, but in their mind, they was gonna get disrespected, and men just had to take it. And I skipped past that whole portion of life. I was like, shit, I don't got to be in a relationship. And if I do, it's going to be worth my while. Like, I'm like, God, that's not for me, baby. Thank you, but no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have to sit around and deal with that bullshit. But and then I found out, like, some of them, the ones that was accusing me, actually hit a woman before. I was just throwing my hands up, like, I don't even fucking know, bro. I don't know. That might be on a tangent, but
you know what I think? And excuse my colloquialism, but I think niggas who get bitches, like you always got the leverage in relationships, and you've always had the leverage in relationships. So like, you know, a woman gonna deal with you, and she pretty much is gonna be on whatever time you want because she wants to be with you. So I think guys in that position, we used to not taking any type of, you know, all that the stuff that other men are subjected to because they got to deal with it to, you know, to get they meat wet. So maybe that play a part too.
And I think that played the biggest part. And that's one of the reasons why people used to attack the saying when I was like, well, I kind of feel like y'all should explore. And because I'm speaking from the ability to just say, no, I'm gonna move on. That's not right for me. And I don't think a lot of men who don't date and do all that stuff have that same mentality. Because there's stuff that people will let happen. And I'm like, bro, how the fuck you get in that situation? Let me just back up. Because that's not my life. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Let me not put too much on you that ain't on you. But this is where I'm pulling it from. If somebody know another way to get that same type of, hell no, I'm not dealing with this, and feel like you can get another woman without dealing with other women, then maybe I'll be, you know, inclined to agree with them. But I haven't seen nobody else have that same philosophy other than men who just had all the women they wanted. So maybe I'm comparing those two things for that reason. But the men that are complaining about how women act and all this stuff did not, most of the time, was not out here going through that phase where they just was swapping women out to see what they like. Maybe it's just me though. I don't know.
Nah,
But
and wait, look,
that goes back to JR, you had made a statement earlier saying that men weren't having the conversations that they're having now as far as with submission and respect. But I think that they were, it was just worded differently. It was, man, this bitch won't listen. Or even to the point that Trev and White is touching on, if she not listening, then I'm gonna just go get another one. And these were all conversations that was being had, you know, because I grew up watching people having them conversations. So they were definitely having the conversations. It just wasn't worded the way that we're wording it now.
Go ahead,
so
Trev.
to touch on M. White point real quick. The reason why I want to just make the connection for it, right? Because I know you're saying this because of the you know, the dudes who could get a lot of women. But what are the dudes that can get a lot of women? The dudes who have certain attributes. They might be a certain height. They may have a certain amount of riz. They might have a certain amount of bread, right? So all of these things that already attract women, right? So women understand the type of men who can attract other women. That whole pre-selection shit is real. And you have to understand this too. They're universally attracted to certain attributes. Like the ones that I just mentioned, you could damn near get any chick with those particular attributes. And it's just one of them things, supply and demand, right? If they know there's not a lot of dudes who checking them type boxes, then you have to cherish it.
So this is where I get thrown off, because I kind of touched on this before. I was in spaces with other men who was in a similar situation, and I don't judge men like that, so I don't know how attractive or not attractive they are. But to me, we all like it's around similar height, similar status, or whatever. A lot of them was much richer than me at points, and they was getting a different result. And they also didn't have the same experience with women I had. They was like what you call sucker for loves. They was like meeting a woman, being attracted, falling in love, and getting like they was investing their whole heart. And as soon as she got their heart, them niggas was tolerating all type of crazy shit.
Well,
and then they like, you don't understand. I love her. Like, you're right, I don't understand because I would never.
And
White, now they won't tell me.
Contrary to popular belief, you can be tall and ugly. It's a lot of tall niggas who never got, like, look at Zion Williamson. It just is like, I'm not saying that he ugly, but I'm saying that he didn't used to get bitches. He just didn't used to get bitches. You know, you get some money, you probably grow into your looks a little bit. You don't know what to do.
You can tell he didn't get bitches because when he got money, the first bitch he went and got was Mariah Mills. Like, that should tell you everything you need to know about his level of bitch gettery before he was an athlete.
Yeah, that was bad. But I think to be honest, I think it's more that Riz, and you kind of develop that from the XP. See, just one thing that I've always learned in life, right? It's way easier to talk your way out of pussy than it is to talk your way into it. And a lot of these dudes will say the wrong thing that's gonna repel women, right? Or they just have a certain aura to them that also repels women. Certain dudes just ain't got it, and you could tell. You have to kind of be around them. Like dudes could be on panels right here, right now, and you might think they macking and shit, but then in real life, they ain't got the glow. They don't. And it takes for you to meet that dude in person to be like, oh nah. I could tell right away, like if we all meet up in real life within like 20 seconds, I know who getting it and who not right away, right? And I know who gonna mess it up. If we out here wingmanning, I know what position you need to play, who gonna quarterback the shit, all that, right? But a lot of dudes, it's just it's a thing, and I just call it the glow, right? I don't know if y'all used to watch The Last
I'm
Dragon.
with you on some Bruce Leroy shit.
Right.
My question
right.
to you, Trev, is how do you have that glow if you don't have that? No, I mean like that.
You
like,
don't. You remember? No. It's just one of them things. I call it the glow because it's mysterious. There is no benchmark per se that you get it. It's just one day you wake up and you say, "I am," right, and that's just how it go. Like that's really what it is. It's not something that you could really teach. It's something that's in you, possibly or not. Not everybody's gonna have it.
It can come from.
Was you born with the glow, or did you develop the glow?
No, fuck no. Fuck no.
You developed
No, I told y'all my story before, bro. I had a lot of bumps and bruises. I got my lumps, bro, like straight up. It took me a long time and analyzing and getting my shit off to like, and a lot of experiments until I was, I kept getting my head dunked in that water, bro, over and over. And
So
one day I
the
came out, I was
experience
like,
is
I
where
am.
you got the glow from.
Absolutely. That's where I said
The whole
that.
point I was making.
No, right.
my
No,
fault,
right.
my fault.
No,
It's
you're
like
right,
any
you're right.
sport, the game just slow down for you. Like it just once the game slow down, even when it comes with the women, once it slow down for you, like it's a wrap. But honestly, you know what I just recently thought of? Like until you become a grown man, girls don't care about height for the most part. At least when we all grew up, girls they just cared. They just wanted a cute nigga. They just wanted a cute face. They didn't care about height. Like I didn't know until girls started talking about my height when I was like older. They like, oh, you tall. Oh, I met you. Oh, you tall in person. They wasn't saying that in high school. Like all the short niggas who was like handsome, they was getting all the women. I mean, not like high school, middle school, all that. Like they don't care about that till you get older. So like a lot of guys who tall, until they get older, they don't even got no experience with women because they like, damn, I ain't, they wasn't throwing it at me until now.
I'm gonna say they still don't care about it. They say that they don't care about it. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. I mean, if you look at it, if you want to know what a woman really cares about, look at who she's fucking. All that shit she tell you about, he got to be 6 feet tall, all that shit. She got kids by niggas who's 5'7" working at Walmart. Like we gotta stop listening to what women say and look at who they let stick their dick in them, because that'll tell you exactly what our standards are.
Nelson, you got anything to add?
I mean, at this point, I forgot what the original question was.
It was can a relationship work if a woman won't submit even when a man is doing his part?
I mean, there's plenty of relationships that's like that already. I think if those are called dysfunctional relationships, there's plenty of relationships where women don't submit and the man is doing his thing. But I think men that are really about their business and really are into the leadership part of it, I don't think that they accept those type of women for long periods of time. So it's either they get on board with what his vision is, or eventually, they end up going their separate ways. But the relationships that tend to be long term, where women don't submit, tend to be the guys with low self-esteem. Those are the ones that kind of have that stay in power that kind of piss everybody off, because you're always looking at them like, why don't you just leave her? Like those, to me, in terms of people that have been coming like to my office, when I see couples that come to my office, it tends to be that dynamic. Like a guy that he somehow started gaining courage, gaining confidence, and now they come into counseling because the marriage the relationship ain't working like it used to, it's because now he, got a little bit of self-esteem and he's not accepting certain things anymore. It's causing tension in the relationship, and things fall apart.
Been watching a podcast. What happened?
Yeah.
I think y'all right, because I think men collectively have been raising their self-esteem. Because I've heard women say, like, when did y'all start thinking you was the prize? And because that be men saying stuff like what they not gonna tolerate no more. I didn't know niggas was tolerating that stuff to begin with, but now that they hear other people like, yeah, you know what, she shouldn't be cursing me out. I shouldn't just give her my whole check and she go to the club and I sit in the house while I wait in the car like what's his name, Travis Hunter. Like that's not what should be happening. I don't think this is right. I thought other men was dealing with this, but now that I see it's not. I have an issue with this, and they get their courage up after somebody flirt with them. You know what? That girl that hit up that was grinning at me at the gas station was kind of cute. I'll be okay if I don't stay with her.
A guy's first major like boost or boon to his courage is the first time he can take down a bat. Like you're saying, one that he just think is bad. That's usually every man's like launch pad into that new realm. Like, okay, well, cool. If I can now, I know what I'm capable of. That's what I'm gonna start trying to do. So.
We get to these couple super chats and go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Hank.
Nah, I was gonna say, man. I mean, dudes been complaining about it. I mean, look, they've been complaining about. Y'all remember the days before you had a scheduled appointment to go to the barber shop? That's all they talked about. They talked about their own goddamn wives. Man, she get on my goddamn nerves. I'm sick of her ass. I don't even feel like going home. Them motherfuckers will stay in a barber shop for 6 to 8 hours, like they working in that son of a bitch, because they don't want to go home to that bullshit.
What?
They sitting around hearing other men and they giving the goddamn same stories. I'm working in the barbershop, sweeping up as a kid, listen to this bullshit, shaping me like, yeah, I don't want that type of woman they talking about. It's happy life, happy life, man, happy wife, happy life shit is for the fucking bird. And this is all they talk about?
That's where I got a lot of that.
And bitch and shit. I didn't want to see that shit. I didn't want to deal with that shit.
That's where I got a lot of that shit from, coming from being in the barbershop and listening to them niggas talk about like how they women did it, they ex-girlfriends, or the shit they was going through it. And then my pops being the type of dude he was, I knew I wasn't really putting up with shit once I got older because I just didn't have to. And I did for a second, like y'all heard the story. But after that, it's been real difficult to get me to tolerate too much. And if I do tolerate it, I'm just tolerated now because I'm already moved on in my head, and I'm just waiting to figure out, logistically how I'm gonna do it in real life. But niggas, we definitely not tolerating shit from women the way we used to once we know we don't have to. Like once we know that, unfortunately for y'all, for women, there are more pretty women than there are men that those pretty women want to date. So once you understand that, it's just a number game. You just move purely off mathematics alone.
Yeah. I had a old coworker, similar to you, Trev. He was into cars. And so I'm assuming, I think that whenever he got paid, he would deposit his check into a bank account automatically. And then the wife would take care of the finances. So if he spent any extra money, his wife would trip. So he was working like extra overtime in order to be able to get the parts for his cars, and he always want to put a supercharger in everything he has. So, but he couldn't do that with the money that he worked with. He had to go through his wife. And I heard a lot of men, a lot of older men, all different races. This is how it was. They just go to work, and the woman handled the finances. It was the most foreign thing to me, but I'm just like, damn. Like you have to go ask for permission
to spend money you work for.
To spend money that you work for, and even she's even counting the overtime.
Man,
hold on. But how do y'all feel about that? Vice versa, a woman asking for permission to spend money she worked for.
That's stupid.
Not for me.
Yeah, that's still dumb. Like that's flirting with financial abuse to me, and I'm not cool with that at all.
If I pay all the bills. If I pay all the bills, all the money that you make, you come home, that's
That's my money too. However, wait. However, what we do is we're going to give you a certain allowance that makes sense for you to spend. We're gonna give you a certain amount that makes sense for you to invest. We're gonna do all of that. However, you can't just be doing what you want just because I pay all the bills. And it ain't no, it's my money. Like I work. Like no, shorty, it's structure here.
So what do you mean a certain amount of money that she invests? What sense does that make?
Break a check down for her. Say she make $120,000 a year, right? So that's $10,000 a month. Explain what you want her to do with her money.
It depends on the financial situation of the family.
No, like for you, right? If it was you,
if my girl, my girl work for me, I pay her. But let's say she was making outside money, and she was, she was making 120. I think we would calculate what's the base amount that it costs for you to live and like do you get your nails done, get your hair done, you go get a facial, whatever is the base amount for you to live. All right, cool. That's set right there. The rest of this portion of your money, we're gonna take that and you're going to invest this much into your portfolio over here. You're gonna put this much in your Robinhood, this much over here. And then from there, she'll probably have a little cushion for like spend money. And it'll be like that. You'll have that cushion for the spend money. You'll do this with that, and you'll do this with that.
So she's saying
you don't have control of it. Then you said you have control. You don't have control if she's invested.
I do.
If she's invested, no, you don't.
I just told her this is what it is, and cool. She like cool, perfect. This is what it is.
She's investing for herself. She's not invested for y'all. She's invested. You said she invested for her.
It could be for us, or it could be for her. Portion of it could be for us.
It ain't for her. It's for us.
It depends. She can have her
own. You're not in control then. Then you're not in control. You can't sit there and say she got her own and you in control.
She's allowed to have her own personal accounts. That she's allowed to have her own personal.
You're not in control.
I disagree with you. That don't make no sense.
So look,
how she have her own personal account and you say you're in control?
Because I'm telling her. I'm telling her.
It don't matter what you tell her. It's hers. She got her own account. She can say, "Fuck you, Mont. I'm putting it where I want to put it. I'm invested in male strippers."
She can't say that. That's the thing. She can't say that.
Yeah, the fuck she can't. She got her own account. So what do you mean?
There's an incomplete sentence he's saying. She can't say that and still be my woman. She can't say that and still have me pay all the bills. She can say, obviously, she can say what she wants to, but she can't do that and still operate under his agreement, which is I pay.
No, he's
for,
okay
I pay
with
for
it.
everything.
He's okay with it.
I just want y'all to watch. This is how Hank normally does. He puts words in my mouth. He does this every week.
These are your words. She said she can have her own account and she can invest in what she wants to invest in. Then you don't control it no more.
Did I say that, yo? Did I say that?
He didn't say she can invest in what she wants to invest in.
My word.
What did he say? What did he say, Willie?
This is what we're going to invest in. He didn't say that she could pick what she was investing in. But that's what I was trying to get him to do, though. So here, Mom, this is what I look at it this way, right? Say my woman makes $10,000 a month. I'm gonna tell her I'm going to say, hey, listen, you need to invest half of your money. What you do with the rest of that shit, I don't care about. That's the extent of my concern. Because now, if I'm paying for everything else, the only thing I expect my woman to do is not need me to cover her shit, like the extra shit that she wants to do for herself, the stuff she wants to do for her kids, all of that type of stuff. That's what her money is for. It's not for the household part. Once I see she's investing, like I don't believe in saving money, but investing money, that's all that I would care about. So she take that $10,000, she take 5 of that, immediately go invest that into something that's going to pay, whatever. The other 5 she got, that's between her and her accountant, or I guess my accountant.
Yeah,
I don't care what she do with that money.
So I do want to bring this up because you guys, there are a lot of men that do exactly what you gentlemen are doing, but I want to ask this to the panel. Like, have you guys grown up in a household where the man fully provided 100%?
Yeah.
Like, was that your reality?
That's what my dad did.
I'm talking about 100%.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah, my mom didn't work. My dad paid for it.
No.
Okay.
He did everything.
My dad worked all his job and his hustles and put my stepmother through nursing school. She became a nurse. She still didn't pay a bill. She paid for a vacation or 2. She didn't pay that one bill in the house. She'll tell you to this day, she didn't even know what our cable company was or the satellite dish company back then. Like she didn't pay. My dad paid for 110% of everything we did. But I mean, and that's lucky for the woman I'm with. That's how I became the way I am. I don't believe in my woman paying for household bills. Like, and it's not, and people like to say, well, you got money. It's like, no, nigga, I was like that when I was in the military. Nobody in the well, the majority of people in the military don't make no money. But when I was E1, 2, and 3, I was still trying to figure out ways to pay for everything so my old lady didn't have to. And but it's because of what I saw. And I expect my children, my sons, to grow up the same way. I expect my daughter to grow up and expect a man to do the same thing for her. Because what she saw growing up.
Okay. The only reason I bring it up is because I don't think a lot of men seen that. I don't even think they even know what that looks like to them because they grew up in a household where either the mother was doing everything or they was getting to it together. And so it's kind of difficult for them to transition or to make that their reality because that's normal to them. You'd be surprised what people normalize because of their upbringing. And so when we speak to people, when you guys say these things that sound foreign to them, it's like, shit.
That shit she was talking about where you knew a dude who was putting his whole check in his wife's account. One of my dad's best friends said that's what he used to do when he got married. And when he stopped wanting to do it, they got divorced. Like, but I was shocked. I was like, damn, Rick always was flashy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had the gold side, what you know what I'm saying, with the gold BBSs. Like, he's one of them type of niggas. And then to find out that, you know what I'm saying, with his checks, he was putting in his old lady account and she was saying running the money, it fucked me up. I'm like, I did not expect you to be one of them types of dudes. But then I also understood, because they got divorced when I was like 12, 13, that the reason why they got divorced because he stopped doing that. He said, no, I'm not doing that no more. I'm tired of you asking me. If I say I want to go buy this jacket or this leather coat, you get mad. And he made plenty of money too. But she was still complaining about the way he was spending, but not the way that she spent. So he switched it up and then she filed for divorce.
Yeah, I was gonna say when my father died young. Prior to that, he paid all the bills. But my grandparents, who I was also got raised by for a small portion of my life, my grandma, the stepfather that she got for them, he paid all the bills and bought her a house. And my other grandparents, they worked 50-50. Yeah, so my grandma said she was managing the money because the stepfather that she got with liked to gamble. He was going to the racetrack all the time. So some of the elders could have had like issues, like they might have had an alcoholism issue, a drug problem, gambling, or they just wanted to do that. So it was various reasons. I can kind of understand if you fighting something like you're gonna spend all the money in your account, you have terrible money management skills, and your wife is really just making sure y'all stay in the house. Because there's those scenarios where let you get it. He'll buy the jacket, the car, and keep spending like, fuck it, I got it. Fuck it, I got it. Next thing you know, y'all 2 months behind, 3 months, 4 months, 5, 6 months behind in bills. So I kind of see those scenarios too.
I think what I was saying, I think a lot of men should hear it because I think there are a lot of men who don't want to pay all the bills because they ask the question like, so what's she gonna do with her money, right? Because they think just because it's her money that they gonna pay all the bills and she can do whatever the fuck she want with her money. But
that's a real dope come out like Debo. It's my chain.
I'm just saying, like, if you a leader, you don't have to lead that way. You can pay all of the bills and you actually get to tell her what she gets to do with her money. A lot of men don't know that, but like if you're the leader, you get to decide that. You pay the bills. Of course, if you don't want her to just blow all her fucking money, she's not gonna blow all her fucking money because you're the leader and you tell her, yo, that's not how we operate in this house. You know, this is how much money I think that you need to like survive, and this is how much money we think that you get to, you know, spend on the cushion, and this is how much money you get to spend on investments for us or for you, and like whatever, right? You can have that structure. So I think a lot of men need to hear that because they just thinking, well, what's she gonna do with her money if I'm paying all the bills? I got another question. Do y'all believe in like the one pot thing where like both people have access to all of the money and both, like, Hank, do you believe in like the one pot thing?
Fuck no. Oh, my bad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he do.
I'm curious,
that's all
like,
I talk about.
I'm curious how can a man be a leader, you know, even financially, if y'all both have 50% access to the money? It sounds like a partnership when you think about that. It don't. A leader is like, yo, this is what we doing with this is what we doing with that. Like, but if she got if she got the same amount of access, the same amount of jurisdiction, I'm curious, how does that, you know, how is that leadership versus 50-50?
It's because you're not me and you don't make a final decision. If she can invest what she wants to invest, you don't make a final decision. My wife invested what she invested. When she just went back to work, she came
Answer
and
my
talked to
question,
me.
please.
I did. I told you that.
I think you danced
I
around the
believe
question.
for the record, the answer was you, not me.
Yes.
That's not
I
a
mean,
question. That's not an answer.
No, I'll elaborate on it, but you probably didn't hear me because you think about them investors. You got your old lady making it for her. Look. Let me tell you this, though. At the end of the day, I make the final decision. All money comes in one pot. All money comes to one bank, and we diversify through multiple accounts. Doesn't matter.
So you make the final decision until she decides that she
Yes.
wants you to.
No, it's not that she decided she want me to. She's in the chat. I
Yeah,
don't
she
have to front.
co-signing what he's saying.
She
No,
will say what I say. I don't play. Look, I don't play them games, dog.
a
I
woman
make the
always
final
gonna say
decision.
what you.
We again. I make the final decision. I'm not you. I make the final decision. I do. I don't. She don't have a own separate account. We don't do that shit, dog. That's not how we play.
Hey,
that's
I'm gonna ask you a question. I just is there a huge disparity in the amount of money that you make compared to the amount of money that your wife makes?
A huge disparity. What do you mean? I mean,
Like, are you
like
making
how much more?
$40,000 a month, and
Do I
she's
make
making
more?
10?
Yes, I make more than she does. Yes.
No. Do you make a lot more?
Yes.
So
I mean, well, I don't know. What do you consider a lot more? 10,000, 20,000?
No, so if you make more than 30% more than her, that's a lot more.
Okay.
Okay, but this is my question. Putting all your money in one pot, right? I understand it's the one team, one fight shit. That's a Navy saying we got two. Where I see that's a weakness, or not to say a weakness, but it's not an efficient way to run things. It's because everything is coming out of one pot. So there's one account for all the money to go into, and then for everything to come out of.
No,
now,
that's not how we do.
Okay, so that's actually my second piece of my question. Then,
okay,
so you guys have an account that all your money goes into, and then you have other accounts that you move money for certain things.
We have one checking account, right? And we have multiple savings accounts, high market yield savings accounts, multiple investments that we invest into. When my wife asks me, what do we need to invest in? I tell her, she makes it, she fills her paperwork out and invests in it.
Okay.
So this is the difference, right? So I have the final say literally and legally. You have the final say until you have the final say. That's the difference of, like, you can say like, oh, I'm the man, I got the final say. But the second that she changed her mind, you don't have the final say. Y'all got the same amount of say versus a man who actually controls the money in a relationship, and he disperses it how he should disperse it. So I think those are different things.
Yeah, I think he's speaking from a husband point of view, though. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily trying to separate and dictate everything. This is his spouse, his wife. So when they come together and say, this is what we're doing, that's it. We're not thinking the negative, or is she going to, run off with it, or she could do. That's not what that's about. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking as a husband. fair enough to say, Hank?
No. I understand.
That's spot on.
I mean, that sounds like real. The way Hank got it set up to me is kind of like my definition of like real submission. Like, she has access to every single thing, and he doesn't have to worry about her going and doing something crazy because she believes in his vision. He runs the house. Like that's real to me. That's real submission.
Would you also advise a man to not get a prenup if he's well off? Because that would be real submission, like not thinking about the things that you don't want to think about.
I feel like if you got a marriage that you're supposed to have where y'all built it the right way, I don't see a prenup as necessary.
Okay. I think formalities should, no matter how you feel, I think formalities are just a way you should handle things. Like, you can, if you handle a business the right way, I don't see why you should have articles of incorporation and a board and all these type of things, but it just makes sense that you should have a board and these type of things, because you got to think about the things that you don't want to think about, if that makes sense. Nobody wants to talk about a prenup. Nobody wants to talk about, what's going to happen when this happens and what's going to happen in this situation. But I think it's mature to have things in place for when that, in case that happens.
Nelson, you aside, right? So take no offense to what I'm about to say. I definitely didn't think about it, but I have a saying for prenups. There's two types of people who are against prenups: niggas who don't have shit, and niggas who think that they're one side and they don't protect both parties. Because in a prenup, you can literally put anything that you want to in there. You can. There's going to be things to protect you and your assets, things to protect her and hers. You can put in there how many times she got to give you head a week. She can put in how many pounds you can gain so you can't get fat. All of those things are legally enforceable inside of well and properly executed prenups. Anytime that you're getting ready to marry someone and they say, hey, you say I want a prenup, and then they have a problem with it, the real issue is they're taking it personal, like, oh, you don't think that we're going to be forever? And that's not what you're saying. It's the same reason why you get car insurance. You know you can drive, but you get it just in case. You get it just in case somebody else hits you, or just in case you get pulled over, or just in case something happens. There's no different than getting a prenup when you get married. It's just in case, because now there's nothing to fight for. We already agreed that. So I'll use you and your old lady, say your wife. You and your wife have already agreed that, okay, hey, what I had before we got together sticks with me. What you had before we got together goes with you. And when we got together, both our names get split in the middle 50-50. Like, all you're doing is having the conversations for later that you're going to inevitably have to have. Because what most men don't realize is that you don't meet your wife until you're sitting on the other side of a divorce table from her. That's when you'll meet your wife for the first time, when she's your opponent. The version of her that you met while y'all were together sounds good. It's cool. That's the one you had a family with, spent 15, 20 years with. But you don't get to really know who that woman is in her entirety until she's on the other side of that table sitting next to her attorney.
You know what's crazy about that? Couples never have an issue when it's time, like, you know what? Let's write our own wedding vows, right? Because we don't feel like what this default is for us. Maybe we should just customize our shit to what works for us, right? Prenup is the same thing because, I think we talked about it here before. You are defaulted into a prenup. It's just the government's version of it. You have a prenuptial agreement, no matter what, whether you like it or not. So the only difference is you're customizing it to your own relationship. And I think, in my opinion, being that we're telling you now, you are defaulted into a prenup, I think that it's advisable for every person to customize it to their needs, because you never know, man. It's being that people have autonomy, people go through things, hormones, mental issues, traumas that just change the entire dynamics, right? Y'all could lose a child or some shit. Anything could happen, that some unforeseen event that will destroy the dynamic of your relationship. And Willie Beeman just put it past you haven't met that person until they're your opponent. All that love that they had for you, if they love you on level 9, that hatred will be level 9, just inverted.
Exponentially.
So we just got to understand that part. That it's one of those things. Now, I'm not.
You're saying it's fine. Like, I didn't say I was against the prenup or anything like that. I think for some people that can be good. I don't think it needs to be the default.
It's good for everybody.
That's debatable, because I mean,
it's not good for.
I don't say it's not good for. I'm not going to say it's inherently good for anybody. For some people, for some marriages, it's just not a thing, and it never needs to be a thing. Like, divorce is just not on the table for some marriages.
Hey man, y'all chill. I told you it's part of the show now. God damn, you must. That's how we know you just got here.
Yeah, I think this is to me, it's just conventional wisdom. Like, conventional wisdom tells me that no matter how much I love my woman, no matter how much I think that she's everything to me, I'll never. If somebody asks me like, "Yo, bro, would your woman ever cheat on you?" I'm gonna say, "I don't think so." I'm never gonna say, "Ain't no way in hell, it will never happen." Like, I'm never gonna say that. I'm too player. It don't mean it's wisdom. Like, I'm never gonna say that. I'm gonna say I'm confident that she wouldn't. But I ain't never going to do the So you always going to have, for me, I'm always going to have things in order when it comes to that. It just is what it is. Because I know that my woman is a woman. One day when she's mad, she's going to be a different person.
And right
But
now, I'm
aren't
gonna make sure that
aren't you the son? Go ahead, fans. I didn't mean to cut you.
no, you did mean to cut me off. Go ahead.
No, that's why I stopped. So I didn't want. Because
I
I'm
know
just
that.
trying to figure this out, dog. Because you the same one say you don't need to let a piece of paper in
To
order
hold
for you
me
to do the
accountable.
right thing.
That
You
prenup is
goddamn
gonna
right.
hold her accountable. Yeah, it's gonna make sure that she the same person that we was when we signed this thing. You don't gotta worry about.
You said
I really don't even gotta
you
sign
don't
it.
need a piece of
I gotta
paper
sign
because you're gonna do right by her. You said, remember, you said you're gonna take care of her after y'all divorce. You're gonna take her for the rest of your life. So why even get a prenup? If
For
you're gonna
her.
take care for the rest of your life, why even get a prenup?
To set
For
the
her.
standard at which
No,
he
no,
had to take
Will,
care
stop
of.
saving his ass. Stop saving this man's ass.
He really
Mont,
think he winning.
Mont, why
Can you
do you
let me
need
ask,
your prenup?
can you ask me and then let me
Well,
answer?
I won't
please?
make because Willie kind of cut in there. I just want to make sure you understand the question. Why do you need a prenup for a man who don't need a piece of paper to hold him accountable? That you had to do this. Why? Go ahead, brother. I'm listening.
Thank you.
I'm on mute.
I need the prenup is not for me. I'm a real nigga. I'm solid, 100%. She ain't gotta worry about that. It's for her. I need her signature on that shit. I don't even gotta sign it. Like I don't even gotta sign it. She already know. Like that nigga solid. Like he know. Like she know how I get down. It's for her. I need her signature on that shit so I can make sure that one day if anything happen, I'm gonna make sure you the same person when you sign that. Cause you going to want to not to be the same person, but I'm gonna make sure you the same person. We gonna hold you accountable to whatever.
I'm a PhD.
But Mike, you said regardless, you're gonna take care of her to the end. That's what you said now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you told. You told us there. You told everybody. I'm not mixing word, Emma. I just want to make sure.
A little bit.
Oh God damn! Here we go.
You is mixing up a little bit, but you know
you say you're gonna put your paper on for old girl. You're gonna take care of her because you're loyal, because that's what you agreed to.
Yeah, bro. You said that you was gonna take care of forever because I pushed back pretty hard on that shit.
Oh no. Or was we talking about the girlfriend conversation where I said you don't gotta hold me accountable?
Here come the switch up.
No. I'm asking. Are we talking about the girlfriend conversation where I said, "Yo, I take care of my girlfriend until she get on her feet" type situation? Or are we talking about my actual woman?
Woman, girlfriend, same thing. What are you talking about?
All right, so it depending on how long me and my woman are in a marriage for.
Oh, now it depends.
See, y'all gotta go find where y'all told me that no matter. So y'all gotta find where I said that I can marry her for one day, get a divorce the next day.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up.
Y'all gotta find me that. Y'all put words in my mouth like.
Oh, here we go.
The same way you got what you get 30 days of COVID when you lose a job, and like for your benefits and shit kick off, like you get 30 days of coverage from the time you fired. That's pretty much how it's gonna be from when my divorce is signed. Like you got 30 days to get your shit together because outside of that, you on your fucking own. I'm not taking care of somebody that I'm not with. That's crazy.
I don't agree with you.
Oh yeah, let me get to these.
How long you?
Economic Business and Development $5 says men have always complained about poor quality of women, but they were ashamed. Society, even the church, shamed men to accept those type of women. Again with the $2. Men that get women usually get bad quality women. And Bronner with the $5 super stick. I want to thank everybody has contributed. Go ahead, Willie.
Yeah, what were you gonna say? Wait, how long would I take?
I was about to ask mine.
That shit.
I already told
how
you.
long would you?
Like if I had a girlfriend and she lived with me for 5 years, I'm not about to just say, "All right, you out, you gotta go do your like." I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take care of her for a little bit, even if you're my girlfriend.
Like bro is retarded. He think that made sense to say out loud.
Mathematically, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. And then too, like if this is one of the things I do agree with, right? Sometimes if we're not experienced with something, we should just shut the fuck up. Like if you get no bitches, you shouldn't be talking to Mont about getting bitches, Law about getting bitches, Trev about getting bitches, and White about getting bitches, because you, sir, are sans bitches. You get no hoes. So like you shouldn't even have, and you paid $2 to say that. Like you spent $2 that could have been used on a date with a girl. One of your bitches you're trying to get to tell men who get bitches that the bitches that we get are typically bad or bad quality women. That only makes sense in Nigeria, bro. I swear to God it does. That's some FBA shit.
Hey,
I think what
y'all
he's
need
talking about.
Mont. Send them dudes a thank you card for Christmas for bailing your ass out.
But
that's what these dudes. That's what they doing.
Oh my God, Hank, you don't realize that you twist up everything that I say. You
I
think
didn't know. These are
you
your
think
words.
it make
Willie had to push back on you, brother. He's like, no,
Pause.
I'm not doing
Whoa,
that.
Pause.
Well, hey,
Pause,
take.
pause.
Well, okay, however y'all want to take it.
If I ask a question, I'll answer the question exactly how he said it, and then he'll ask the question again like I didn't answer it. Like, I guess this is his method.
We're gonna play a little bit more of this clip, man.
Doesn't submit to God. Everybody's not like you.
I understand that.
You are like in the rare percentage.
I get that.
You must know that there are a lot of black men who don't move like you, who are not successful, who don't want to go to school, who don't want to do anything with their life, who don't have any finances, who don't have any ambition, who have nothing to offer but some dick.
Okay.
So how can you keep telling? And
yes.
let's talk about it
Clap it
because
up.
let's talk about it. Black women are in record numbers going to college. We're opening degrees. We're getting accolades. We're running nonprofits. There's a large portion of black women who are educating themselves and taking their lives to the next level while the black men are not reaching those goals. They're not meeting us on those levels.
Black women are the largest group of entrepreneurs. They also have more degrees. There are more black women in the C-suite. And to quote Dr. Umar Johnson, you don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
It's very suspicious.
You don't find that suspicious?
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Black women also have the majority and the highest rate of student loan debt, which means your debt to income ratio is shot. Problem number one. Problem number two is you spend all that time getting these things on you and not getting any learning in you. Having more degrees than a thermometer does not mean that you understand the temperature of our people. On top of that,
We'll go ahead and stop it there. Is it fair to ask women to submit when so many men still don't have their life together?
I feel like they be speaking on like a very small percentage of men.
They talk about the niggas they fucking Viz. That's because that's the only reason why they know, because that's the type of nigga they deal with.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that the majority of black men are moving like that, to where they just sitting on their ass with no ambition. They don't want to work, don't have a job, so on and so forth. Like that just seems so unrealistic, to where it's sad that that's the go-to excuse that we hear women use in order to avoid the accountability that comes with being a wife, a proper wife, being able to be led, being open to submission, respecting that man, so on and so forth. Instead, I would just make up this thing that I heard somebody else say, or this thing that I never experienced, to avoid it. Now, I think that that's a crazy rhetoric that we hear too often, especially on these podcasts and panels.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I agree with you, Viz, man, because it's like I get so sick of hearing that, bro. I kind of stopped, you know what I'm saying, even wanting to have that conversation, because it's like now we got to go through the whole data statistics that we've been saying for the longest. Like, she could have easily stopped that and said people, because I'm pretty sure I know more women that would rather sit home and not do nothing than I know men, because a woman can still get things right. Women can still get everything that they need and not have to work for it. Whereas a man, you don't get nothing unless you go work for it. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. Like, let's just stop with that whole back and forth. And there's so many men. Come on, man. She could have said people. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that ain't trying, and it's a lot of people that is. So,
you know,
if
one
that's
of the
what
reasons
you're running into, you only get what you attract.
One of the reasons that we all, like as a panel, are typically gonna have an issue with these conversations is because we all do well in life. So we're not able to. We don't have the conversation from the viewpoint of the men that girl is talking about, because we actually have done something with our lives. We're all accomplished. We're all educated. All of those things, right? These women are. That woman is talking about, the men who ain't got nothing, ain't got it. Those are the women. Those are the men that she's fucking with, and that she has access to. Because the same reason that none of us talk about these trash ass women outside of these panels, because we don't deal with them in real life. If she wasn't dealing with those types of men in real life, she wouldn't have anything to say about them, because she wouldn't be aware of them, because they wouldn't be in her circles. So when we hear women talk about these types of men, it's one of the most self-incriminating things that a woman can talk about. Is I'm saying, if her image of a man is like, ain't shit nigga, a fuck boy. Look at her baby daddy. Look at her father.
Who is
Look at
that?
the last three
Who is
niggas she
that
dealt
chick
with.
anyway?
Nobody.
You know, I know.
I thought it was
that
Keita,
ain't-
I thought it was Keita Rose after the Ozempic, but
That's
it's
what
not.
Oh, it's not her. I thought it was one
No.
of them girls that was on there. Okay.
Nah, her skin all loose and shit right now. I don't know who that girl was, but bro cooked though. If you watch that whole video, bro cooked for a good 10, 15 minutes, and there's a bunch of uncomfortable shit that a lot of black women aren't gonna want to hear, and that's why you see that she made that like qualifier where you're not a regular dude, you're one of these guys. Women always do that when those types of men start cooking, because it makes them feel less hit. It makes them saying it softens the blow, because of they highlight who it's coming from instead of just listen to what's being said.
I think so a lot of people only know the environment that they come from, and when you from the hood, that's a lot of the niggas don't want to do nothing. A lot of the niggas is
So
just
Teddy
on the corner.
Pendergrass, let's tell.
They on the block and they don't want to do nothing. And I think if you from the hood, I know at least from
The whole
what
story,
I
not just the part you
observed,
like.
a lot of women are more ambitious than a lot of the men in the hood. Like when you think about it, like I think more women have businesses than men. Like not even on a grand scale. I'm just talking about like, I mean, girls I met that's like, yo, I got my little lash kit, I got my little, this, that, and the third. I'm trying to start my little lash thing, and they all want to do the same businesses, but they ambitious and they got a dream and they got an idea like, yo, I want to do this and I'm gonna be this boss babe. I'm gonna pull up in my Benz. You ain't gonna do none of that, but I get it. You got the ambition. You want to do it. A lot of guys in the hood, them niggas is like they either want to be in the streets or,
What's one of the main reasons you think a dude in the hood want to be in the street?
It's my experience.
Trying to get some money, right?
That's what he saw growing up.
No. I don't think the niggas want to do it for the money.
No. What I'm saying is most of the men that you see in the street life, if they really in the street life, they trying to get some money out the streets. To me, it ain't no different than I'm telling you what I know. You know what I'm saying? That's no different than all right, let me rephrase that. That's what going on out west.
That's 50-50,
right?
Law.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what going on out west. Viz, Marcus, y'all could attest to this. People say, hey, out south, they used to be on some other gang banging, this, that, and the other. Out west was trying to do what? You know what I'm saying? Was trying to get some money out here. Real talk. It ain't no different than every other dude that I'm trying to tell you, Joe. That's what people always say.
Money out south, man.
But
what that's 50-50, bro. Yo, you can't do that.
Chicago.
I just said that you hear the.
Great.
I'm just saying that all I'm saying is you've heard the statement.
So y'all about to pretend like that's not the saying?
I haven't heard
from out south come out and say.
No, I just heard it.
You ain't never heard that before?
No, I ain't never heard this.
So I love seeing Chicago niggas argue about Chicago. This shit funny.
Well, no, this ain't even a Chicago thing. I think it's across the board in every hood. You always gonna have some niggas that's in the streets just to be in the streets, and you gonna have some niggas that's in the streets that's hustlers. Right. That's across the board. Now you'll have some that'll be on the block and they don't hustle. All they doing is just being outside on the block, just beating the block down. They ain't got shit else to do. This is what they do every single day. And then you got some niggas that's on the block, beating the block, and they moving they pack. You know what I'm saying? Be it if they got a nation pack or if they moving their own pack or they fronting somebody a pack, whatever the case may be. But it's 50-50. I think I would have to agree with mine to where it just depends on the caliber of pressed flowers and books. I don't even know what that means. How you press a flower in a book? What?
It's some old shit, bro. That's why it's funny.
Whoa. Get your ass out of here. But no, I think that goes. I think that goes 50-50. But yeah, man, that shit made me lose track of what I was trying to say.
So,
hey, another thing I think that we gotta we should probably tighten up on with is like what we call a business. Because Lash Text, I don't think that's she's not a business. She's gluing fake fucking eyelashes to somebody's face. Or like I'm saying, beauticians. Okay, cool, get that right. You can, but I think a lot of time people confuse with being self-employed to having a business, or like, and that's unfortunate because they say, you know, black women, the large group of entrepreneurs. That is true. They're also the group of entrepreneurs that fails the fastest and the hardest when they fail, and they fail at twice the rate of black men. They say, well, black women have so many more houses than black men. Great, you guys are buying houses too. You guys are also being foreclosed on a damn near a 70% clip. So it's like every time that they try to highlight one of these things to put black men in place, like in our place saying, well, black women are doing better than y'all, it leaves them open to that. Well, yeah, y'all are doing good. Y'all are starting a lot of businesses, but y'all are also failing and filing bankruptcy more than black men are too. But you know,
and how do if they doing if you know, not trying to pick this argument, but it's something I say all the time. Why you always worried about the gender wage gap if y'all doing so much better than us?
Because
well,
right. So
there's not a gender wage
there's a couple things with that because
I know, but
black
I mean
men
that's
are
something
still,
that they.
that's black men are still making more than
$100
more a week on average right now, even though they are going to school less and enrolling less. One thing that we really don't consider is the fact that men understand that college is not for everyone, and you can easily make six figures doing something else outside of going to college. I would never down college, but what you have to understand is not everybody is going to be successful out of college, and not everybody wants to take on that debt, and not everybody's built for that, right? And we're talking about black men not doing anything at all. I just went and looked at the unemployment rates. Black men are just over 7%. Black women just under 7%. There's not even a half point disparity for them to say that like we're not doing shit. So no matter what, when we start to dig through the data, all of these narratives, they get squashed really quickly. So we have to take a look at what it is that's actually happening here. And the major stat is that well, just mentioned the wage disparity, right? There is a wage disparity, and it's not because people just are inherently paying women less. It's because men are choosing career fields that are more lucrative. So it's not to say like we're a bunch of bums and shit. If you are running into a bunch of bums and more than 93% of us are employed in doing something, then you probably need to look at your vetting process. You need to search from within and figure it out what's going wrong with your life while you're finding the bottom of the barrel men. Why don't you have access to men that you want when there is a decent amount of men who are doing something with their lives? Everybody wants to, do the whole boogeyman shit, and they're not going to stop that. But you probably should look at yourself, because there are women who are coming out with good marriages. They're having children. They're having comfortable lives, but you're not. So you need to realize why.
If you keep running into bums, you might stop shopping on Skid Row. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're running into bums, get off Skid Row.
I just wanted to say real quick, I don't think it's 50-50, Viz, when it comes to like the niggas in the hood who is in the streets to get money and the ones who just in the streets to be in the streets. I think it's like 70, 80-20 maybe. Shit. Might be 80-20 of the niggas who really getting money, of the niggas who really not fucking up their re-up. And like most of them guys, they just want the lifestyle. They just want to, just want the lifestyle. They just want to, do their thing. They ain't really worried about making money. And like, it's very rare that you meet the niggas who really is getting money and they really only worried about money. Like how many guys that sell weed who don't smoke weed? Like, it's very few of them that's like, yo, I don't touch it.
So, but
yeah, that's fair.
My point on that. Hold on, y'all. My point on that wasn't to say, oh, they all out there getting money like that. I'm equating a dude that's selling a Tray 5 right now to the chick that's calling herself an esthetician. You dig what I'm saying? They probably got the same profit margin. You dig? So that's what I'm saying. It's like for everyone that's doing that mess, you know what I'm saying? You got a brother, he might be trying to get it some other way. You dig what I'm saying? But everybody ain't just not doing nothing. If you want to equate, an esthetician, you know what I'm saying, do a lash tech to a man that's not doing nothing, he probably make more selling weed.
Yeah,
You know what
I'm
I'm
talking about the
Well,
ambition.
I mean, from my perspective, I'm speaking on. You have some guys that's in the hood hustling, right? But they're okay with just being the average guy, the average hustler, compared to the guy that's actually fronting everybody the packs that's on the block, right? Those two different guys. And in some cases, the guy that's fronting the packs, he's still in the hood too. So that's why I say that it might be that 50-50. I do agree with you though. It's some niggas that's there they there just to be there, or they don't want to do anything aside from a tray 5. You know what I'm saying? Which is petty as hell, especially nowadays. But
I think in the hood, it may be true to at least from my experience that more women are ambitious than the men. I think you take a lot of them women, like a lot of them women to be more willing to work. They be more willing to like get up and do it.
yeah, that's fair. I think that's because they can't be out on the block. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta do the hair, they gotta do the lashes, they gotta braid, they gotta do the Uber
They got to
Eats or
take the
whatever.
easy route. And so if we always talk about how they live in life on easy mode, you know what I'm saying? Dudes got to figure out something to do. They could just hop on OnlyFans. And we see them
Most of
do it
these girls
time
ain't
in,
living
time.
easy mode.
Hey, but shit, I know right now if you go online on an Instagram post, it's what is it? 65% of women got OnlyFans, it feel like. You go to a profile, it's gonna be at least 65%. So they not necessarily that's lazy to me. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do nothing but bust it open in bed.
Well, your algorithm fucked up.
Telling you, look in them bios. Look in them bios. You'll find
I see a lot too, because mine is, but I know I'm fucked up.
I mean, but a lot of our guests, you know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking from like, with the having a show, bringing people on, like it's literally like 60-65%.
Damn, 65% of women have OnlyFans or being in sex work is crazy.
Let me check with Nelson. You want to add anything else? I'm just so you know.
Can you say what the original question was again?
Do you think society? No. Is it fair to ask women to submit when so many men still don't want their life together?
Well, I don't think any woman should submit to a man that doesn't. So having your life together that's kind of a difficult. That's a difficult kind of way to put it, because if that's going to be the case, a lot of men don't have their life together until their early 30s, maybe going into their 40s, something like that. Later on in life, like that's when I'm in my 40s and I'm like now have all of my stuff together, like have my career set and everything put in place for being able to pass stuff down to my kids and stuff like that. Like I now have that. So I don't think that I think that women need to focus on different things when they are vetting men and deciding whether they want to be submissive to them. I think they need to understand how to look at a character of a man and evaluate him based off of that, rather than trying to see how ambitious this man is or compare their ambition to theirs, because that's a lot of this conversation is about them being entrepreneurs and men not matching their drive or matching their ambition and all this additional education and things like that. And those are things, when it comes to relationships and marriage, ambition honestly really doesn't matter all that much, because ambition is just what your desires are. There's so many unfulfilled ambition and desires. So if there's more time that's spent on looking at this man's character, looking at this man's integrity, if you get with a guy that is respectable, that has a high degree of integrity, then you can make it a informed decision that later on in life this guy is going to be successful because he has all of these qualities in place that transfer over well. So if that's the type of person that you want to be submissive to, if you can identify those traits and those personality characteristics, early on, rather than ambition. I hope I didn't go off on too much of a tangent with that.
Somebody want to say something? Okay. Let me just play a little bit of this last part of this video. Let's eat some egg real quick. Men are the biggest employer by 98%. Men are richer than women by 98%. Women don't have more degree than men. Women have quack degree than men by 80%. Thank you, Kene. Let's go ahead and get into it.
So Teddy Pendergrass, let's tell the whole story, not just the parts you like. And
but most you still went to college.
Again, most of us, black men specifically, go to college out of pressure from their mamas and their grandmamas, not because it's something to do to better themselves. The school industrial complex is made for black women. There have been several studies on this that talk about how young black boys are automatically labeled as behavior problems. They were labeled as educable, mentally retarded back when Les Brown was in school, and that's going all the way back to the 50s. Then you sit up there and you put them in the programs, then you double down on their reading scores so that you know how many prisons to build. Everything is set up to make sure you rise and think that you are now above us, as opposed to realizing that there's a conspiracy to separate you from me.
So how do we fix it is what I'm trying to get at.
First of all, you sat up there and gave me a 30-minute dissertation on how great black women were doing, but the second I
support my black women, that's all.
I support black women.
I support black men
Here's
too,
the thing. The majority of my clients, the majority of my executive staff, my man Ricardo Cordial, who's been a client of mine for 5 years, he will tell you the majority of the people in my executive team are black women. I have put more black women in the 1% than Nick Cannon with a bag of Viagra. So this is not about supporting black.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. He's saying this divide was engineered. Is that real or just an excuse? Do you think society is built to keep black men and women divided instead of united?
Yeah, that's probable. If black people were united, it would be we'd be too powerful. So it's only it's to everyone's advantage that's not black to keep us where we are right now. Because if we unite, then we stop talking about some of these, trending topics. Our culture shifts. There's women will start getting married more. Men will start, it's not to anyone's benefit but ours to be united. So that's why I think that everybody else will try to keep us separated.
Yeah, it will require, if it's true, it will require a high level of conspiratory evil planning. I mean, you would have to convince women to delete their babies at record numbers. You would have to convince children that it's okay to be LGBTQIA. You would have to convince women that the men they was enslaved with are their enemy, and that the people who was in the slave house with the slave owner are their ally, and that all men are terrible. You would have to convince women that they'd be better off not even birthing black boys. You would have to convince, like, all of that stuff that's crazy. That nobody would ever do any of those things, because that type of intentionality is impossible to ignore, and that could never happen. It could never happen. That's just too ridiculous sounding. Matter of fact, I even say they'll have to be doing stuff like driving around with a bus, giving mobile baby deletions and vasectomies so they can ensure that you don't like they have to do something wild and crazy like that for that to be like a plan. Instead, they just want to see us together and birthing kids in successful two-parent homes.
You cooked on
of
that
course, that's the that is what's happening, of course, right? But I think that at the end of the day, and for the most part, all of us can agree to it. We all averted and didn't go down that path. So it's still a choice that you have to make if you're going to go along with the Joneses of what you're being told to do or not. So I think that with it being true to an extent, yes, but a lot of things can be true that we aren't victims of or we went along with. So I don't see how. I understand how it can play a part, but I think that we can't give that much power to it when we're able to discuss these very things. We've been talking about this shit for the past. I've been alive almost 40 years. Hank been here, what, 60? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they've been talking about it that whole time. So if we can sit here and talk about the very things and acknowledge it and then still fall for the okie doke, that's not on the system, that's on us.
But Viz, check this out. I'm with you, and I mentioned something to that sentiment earlier, right? Like there are choices and shit like that. But with all of these things in place, I'll just say this. I was probably like this damn close to not being me today. I was like one decision or one circumstance away from being like some type of statistic or some bullshit. I don't know if there's any other gentleman in the panel that had a situation that where they probably would not be where they were, but some of it is luck. Some of it is, which is basically when preparation meets opportunity, right? So I'm sure that there's other men in the panel that would agree that they was this damn close to not being what it is. So, although I always encourage people to make the right decision, I try not to judge as much. I'd rather uplift, only because I know what could have been me if I didn't decide at some point where the light came on, like, yo, you're probably gonna die, or you know what I'm saying, or something crazy. I might have had a near-death experience or a circumstance or some shit that just made the light come on, right? And I think that most of us here on the panel can relate that we could have been on that wrong side at some point. Anybody else?
No, 100%. I'm sure everyone can agree to that. But I think still, when you had that moment where it was like, man, I might end up in a really bad position if I keep going. There's niggas that will keep doing the same shit that they knew that they got by the hair on their chin. So right, at that point, who do you blame at that point? You know, is it not for us as men to then judge these men that are doing things that they know, you know, is going to get them down this path that's contributing to the failure of our community? Do we just allow for that to keep happening and say, oh man, one day he's going to get it? Or do we say, hey man, it's time for you to get your shit together, bro? The path that you're going down is going to lead you either dead or in jail. The same thing that they've been saying to me since I was a shorty.
So Viz, what you just described as uplifting, that ain't judging.
I mean, it's the same. Is it not the same thing though?
Fuck no.
So in order to uplift them, it would have to come from some sort of judgment. You would have to make a judgment in order to say, man, I think that it's best for me to uplift this person, to give them some type of guidance, because the path that they're going down isn't a good path. Wouldn't that come from judgment?
No. So
observation.
The way that you just described the last thing that you said you would tell a young brother is the right way, but I would never describe what you said as judgment. I would call that uplifting someone. Judgment would be, damn these niggas, man. I'm tired of these YNs out here. Like, there's a difference, right? When you just shunning people,
that's
when
giving
you tell
up.
them to hell with them. Right.
That's giving up on them. That's not judgment.
That is judgment. When or if you tell them if you're looking down on people who might be in a situation, that's also judgment. And many times we're guilty of it. Sometimes we just got to pull back and be like, damn, wait, how am I approaching this situation? Right. It takes a little bit of humility and a little bit of consideration and retrospect sometimes to be like, you know what? Let me try to grab this person's perspective. What could I do for them? How could I put myself in their shoes for me to look at where they at to where I could see them potentially being.
Right, but you can only come from that. You can only come to that through judgment, though. So judgment is the ability to make considered decisions or to come to a sensible conclusion. So if I see a person doing something that doesn't align with what I may perceive that they should be doing, or the path that I see that they should be going in life, the only way for me to be able to come to that conclusion is by judging them in what it is that they're doing. I think that I understand that nowadays the term judgment is looked at, or judging is looked at from such a negative perspective. But the truth of the matter is that we all judge people. That's an instinctive thing that we do naturally. Everybody judges something. Animals judge you. This is an instinctive thing that's implanted in us in order to make a specific decision, in order to survive or fall victim to Darwinism. So
check. I was basing judgment based on how you opened your statement, and I was saying uplifting based on how you closed it.
Okay.
I think y'all just using the words differently. I think commonly when people say judge, what they're saying is you are being critical of somebody without a solution. You are just looking down upon somebody. But if you're being critical and holding people accountable to make better decisions, and kind of like wanting better for them, I think that's different. I think that's what Viz is talking about. But I think we y'all just using the words differently.
Yeah, for sure. Me personally, there's certain words that I use that I know trigger people in society now, such as judgment, manipulation. In my opinion, everything is manipulation. Manipulation doesn't have to be some negative, oh, you're manipulating me, and this in a negative context. Right now, in us having this conversation on this panel, we're all manipulating each other. We're all manipulating everybody that's in the comment section.
That's agreed for sure.
Yeah. So certain words for me, I look at it strictly from what the definition is, and not what society has now made the terms out to be.
Let me play this one more. I can squeeze one more in real quick.
The movies, there's been Tyler Perry movies where the dude is a mechanic. The least watched Tyler Perry movie is what? Daddy's Little Girls, because God forbid you see a responsible single father and a baby mama who decided that a drug dealer, a YN, is better than a dude that works hard every day, because that's not sexy enough to brag for your friends. You have to understand that this is a psychological op that is played on so many levels that nobody wants to talk about it. So the solution is we go independent, we reject our trash, we stop taking in every piece of bad bitch bullshit that we get. We start looking at the fact that we don't have one black-owned record company, but we got all these black record labels run by palm-colored people with little hats on the back of their heads telling us how we should operate, and then they sit down with Charlemagne and say, oh, well, I just got to eat. Leor Cohen, you've eaten, bro. You created a 360 deal. Y'all don't want to do payday loans, but what the hell you think a record deal is?
Talk to him about the 360 deal now.
So,
The 360 deal.
All right, so a 360 deal means that instead of you just signing a record deal and they get their money from the record sales, they get money from your email list, your website, your touring, your merchandise, your name, image, and likeness. They own you and they give you a big old advance. And when you don't possibly clear that advance, they turn around and give you another one. Look at Drake.
I thought you were referencing the 360 deal into the black community. I'm sorry. I knew what the 360 deal.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there. He's talking about ownership here. Y'all think we'll ever see another Fubu or Motown? Why do we still let outsiders profit off our talent and culture instead of owning it ourselves?
Because we're the most financially literate group of people in America.
When you say see another Fubu, what do you mean?
Just something that we create on our own.
It's a lot of black brands out there who are independent. Yeah. I didn't know if you meant like just a regular clothing brand or if like Fubu was like a conglomerate of like clothing, like they own like a.
Yeah, I'm just talking about on an impact level.
Okay.
You know, I could. All right. They talked about music. I'm just going to break it down from that level and why it's so difficult. It's not that we don't want to be independent, but it's extremely difficult, right? For you to reach the level of some of these greater artists without the machine behind you. You got to understand who owns Apple Music, right? You got to understand who owns Spotify. You got to understand who owns YouTube, right? You have all of these, the radio stations. These are all run pretty much by one conglomerate, right? It's the same people that are running them. And for you to get any type of traffic, it's almost always orchestrated, right? From streaming farms, which a lot of us know about, from publicity, DJs, all of this shit. It is tough for you to get on without going through the machine. So you won't even have the opportunity. There's people who try it, but to get that traction, to be able to do what it is that you want to do. And it's not just that. That's just one place where they have all the damn gatekeepers. There's plenty of industries that are constructed just like that, whereas there's a whole bunch of shit in the way for you to get to a certain level. Because with music artists, a lot of us, we try to do that independent thing first. That's just what it is. That's because nobody's backing you. You are independent until somebody decides to back you. And to get past that part to where people will really be paying attention to you. And when you understand how people find you through all of those entities that I just mentioned. And to be able to get there, all that shit is controlled. That shit is not anybody could just pop out of nowhere. If you look at what the common denominators with a lot of these artists and shit like that, these people don't just come out of nowhere. They're placed for the most part, especially the ones that you see that's really big up there. They're placed. These people are figureheads. All of this shit is fake. A lot of people don't understand that. It is extremely difficult to break through. So we have to become even more organized. The only way that we could really, really, really do it is if if came as a collective and said, we're not going to support any of these platforms. We are only going to support our own platforms. And there's people who are trying to do it. There's people, there's a brother trying to do it for social media. It's on the tip of my tongue. Pause.
That shit ass too.
Right.
Isaac
Okay.
Hayes,
Well,
Isaac Hayes, son.
You talking about Isaac Hayes? That's the whole platform.
Yeah.
Right. So there's people who are trying to do things, but it's tough. And for you to really get out of your mode and work with things that are perfectly in line with your operating system, you know what I'm saying? Stock applications, for it to be just everything so streamlined, for you to get out of that and to go to something that's more clunky, less fluid, it's tough. Most of us ain't going to just say we're going to support our own when it's like that. Right. So that's where we're at. That's why it's so difficult. So, but the only way we will do it is if we as a collective say, you know what, we're not supporting anybody else. We're only doing our shit. It starts with the patrons.
I got to get some pushback on that, Trev. I've been out the music industry for quite some time now, but YouTube and streaming that changed the game completely. There's plenty of artists that turned mainstream while they were independent. We saw Chance the Rapper win a Grammy off of being independent. He didn't have a major booking backing behind him. So it's very much possible. Is it as easy?
No, I
Sure,
remember when he
maybe
did on
not for sure.
SoundCloud. What's he doing now?
He chilling. He just
Chance
being rich.
Yeah, I mean, he chilling. I mean, me personally, I never was really a big fan of his music. I didn't really listen to it like that. But I mean, there's plenty of people that do and that have.
Come
But
on.
there's plenty of artists now, especially if you can, especially with social media being what it is, you can almost easily have a record or a soundbite go viral on Instagram or TikTok, and now you're this household name. I even want to say Doja Cat. She started off on YouTube, caught traction, and motherfuckers scooped her up. And she's probably she is one of the biggest names in the industry now.
She definitely not independent.
Plants.
No, she's not independent.
You know what I disagree?
Well,
I disagree.
I'm not saying that she's independent now, but she was at one point. And the fact and how she got found was because of YouTube, was because we now have these platforms for artists where they can create and put out
You
shit.
don't need the extra S on the artist.
Yeah. You just say artists.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean, man. But
You said
yeah,
it.
That's cool. But so even like with even if we look at some of the major clothing brands that we did have, Sean John, right? Sean John was the shit at one point, but then niggas stopped wearing it. And then if we caught you outside out with some Sean John on, this nigga Willie got on Sean John. You know what I'm saying? That's a joke. Same thing with House of Derriere or whatever with Beyonce, right? Well, if you had on House of Derriere, you was a buzz down.
Yeah.
We made fun of people that wore the clothes that our people made. Let a motherfucker catch Hink outside with some Shaqs on. Well, you going viral. They gonna talk. They gonna dog your ass out and talk about you because you wearing some Shaqs. But that's our people though. So that I think that's the biggest issue, is that we'll have the platform, we'll have the clothing line, we'll have the brand, whatever the case may be. But then once it's no longer cool, we don't make it cool anymore. The shit just falls away.
Well, Viz, I might could get away with the Reeboks, but if you're talking about the Walmart brand ones, yeah, you might be right.
So Viz, it sounded like, I mean, you meant to have pushback, but it's the same sentiment. The way you close it sounded like you were saying it starts with the patrons, right? Like we aren't supporting our own brands and shit like that.
For sure.
I got pushback for you, Trev. I don't agree because, damn. All right, you got that one. I don't agree. I don't agree. I think the problem is, I think a lot of guys, a lot of people, and a lot of men, like when it comes to stuff like that, I think we think like hoes. And you can be independent and make millions a year. I think the problem is niggas want fame. They want like all the glitz and the glam. And like I remember when I used to do music with my homie, he would always just talk about, yo, we gonna get a deal. I'm gonna get a deal. And I'm like, yo, like, what's up with the deal talk? Like, why do we need a deal? Like, let's just kind of like, but probably still to this day, I'm trying to get a deal. I'm trying to get signed. Like, it's just like,
What type of music you was doing, real dope?
You said what?
R&B singer? You're an R&B
No.
You're a rapper?
I'm not. I'm not.
Bars?
I'm a dad.
All right, let me rephrase. Was you doing drill rap?
No, Nah,
Oh, this nigga was doing drill rap.
nah, not no drill rap.
What's your name? What's your rap group name? I need to.
Real dope daddy. But what was I saying? Yeah, I think a lot of people want deals and they want that all the glitz and the glam and all the weird stuff, but like just chill out, like do your career, like do everything by yourself, do your YouTube, upload your songs, and like eventually, if you actually got good music, you're going to be making millions a year on your own. Guys, it's that mindset that we just kind of conditioned to like, yo, I want to deal. Look at what's the boy name? Ryan Leslie. He was getting money. Chameleonaire. Like a lot of these guys was getting money. They just like, I'm not interested in all the extra stuff. Like
which platform can I find him?
One hit, and then he did the right thing with his money after that.
Wasn't
not that easy to get on
independent?
No,
It's
wasn't
not
that
independent.
fucking easy to get on in music.
Y'all thinking about
it really isn't.
You're not getting on
that
it.
shit.
Hold on. The reason why
Really did that shit.
Hold on. The reason why people say they want to get a deal because you don't realize how hard it is to push music on your own independently. The deal is really just giving you some financial backing to push yourself. I managed artists for years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying it just because, you dig? I'm telling you, like, real talk. You can come out your pocket and do a city-to-city tour, or you can have a label, goddamn it, that's going to come and cut you in advance to promote yourself. The thing is, niggas fuck up when they get that major label deal and they spend all that money on bullshit. You're supposed to put that money on your advance back into your project and push yourself. So that way you actually going to hit the numbers they're expecting you to hit. But when you don't do that, you sitting there now, you feel like you broke and you ain't sold nothing because don't nobody know you. You ain't do nothing right with your money. But you know what I'm saying? That's why people trying to get a deal because they ain't got no money to get them and push themselves. Anytime you want to do these shows, they trying to make you pay for a spot, right? You know what I'm saying? Anytime you want to get on the radio, they want for an interview, they want you to come pay for that. If you want to have a street team if you want to have a street team to push your music, how much it's gonna cost to print up all these flyers? And you know what I'm saying? And then get the people out there to push it for you. It ain't easy. Don't say it's easy just because it's just not.
You got to nab a venue, all that shit.
The game is completely different, bro. Ain't nobody printing out no flyers now.
But people are still going.
I'll let you
to
finish.
events,
Let me finish, bro. So even in that, right? So even if you're getting approached by a tour that they're saying that we want you to pay to be on here, then that means you don't have a strong enough following. That means you don't have a hit. Because if you got a hit and a strong enough following, nigga, we not charging you to be on this tour. We want you to be on the tour because we know that's going to bring people out. That's what the game is now, bro.
Most of the successful artists that really hit.
Listen, that's no different than it
was funded by drug money, bro. Come on now, you know that shit.
It's like
what we doing?
Have either of y'all worked and pushed music and managed artists?
Yes, I started off my point saying it's been a minute since I've been in the music industry, bro. Yes.
Law, what's the hottest artist you ever? What's the hottest artist you ever pushed?
So look, then you should know. If anything, you should know exactly why it don't work like that. Yeah, you could try and strike gold and hit lucky on a viral song on TikTok, but for the most part, bro, that comes like a flash of light. It'd be here today, gone tomorrow. But to have some consistency, you have to actually be out there and putting music out. And like Trev just said, most people's career was funded by drug money. You can go all the way from the 80s till now. It's still that way.
Real dope. I looked up your music and you fucked my algorithm up because what popped up wasn't nothing I wanted to see on my channel. I need to change your name.
Hey, hey,
I don't know what that nigga.
Hey, no, man. If an artist gets their 15 seconds of fame and they lose it, that's on them. That's a clear indication of their work habit. All it takes is that 15 seconds of fame, and if you get that one track that do light, and you can't do a follow-up track, then that's on you, bro. You know that's part of the game. It don't matter if you have a label pushing you or not. If you got a Trinidad James had that all gold everything, hard as fuck, killed, had the summer sold up. But he couldn't drop anything after that because the man was trash. The whole entire record was trash, regardless of him having a label behind him or not.
It was bigger than that though, bro. The man when he got signed on, the peoples that put him his peoples that put him on left the label, yo.
That's
they
crazy.
Left the label. The cats that put Trinidad James on, they were no longer on a label, so that he got shelved, bro. That's why
he got shelved because he didn't have any songs on that album.
No, he got
bro.
shelved because his plug left,
bro. Did you hear the album? Did you hear the album?
I ain't like All Gold neither, bro. Like real talk.
That's cool. I get that, but there were no other singles on that album,
bro. All you need is a decent producer in there. Sit down with you, bro. That shit on. They're gonna cut your shit up. You can put straight trash down, bro. They're gonna put some compression on your voice and they're gonna mix your shit up. Say this, say that. Like you don't even understand how much the producers actually do. If they wanted Homeboy to win as a rapper, the producer could have made that shit happen. They could have put him with the right kid. That shit over, bro. If he would have got Mike Will Made or somebody, like, come on, bro. Like, don't do that.
Fuck no, bro. Fuck no, bro.
This is why. Hold on, real quick. This is why I disagree. I think it is much. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's definitely a method to doing this stuff, right? Y'all talking about the artists that y'all know. It is 1,000 artists that you can't name right now who are making millions a year, right? When y'all listening to the people on NBA 2K, the songs that's on there, how y'all think all the shows y'all watch got music on there, right? They are actually licensing people who make music, but it's people who they already know the game. I don't even want to make music for y'all. I want to make music for movies. Like it's so many.
It's hard to get placements for that too.
It's really not. Y'all think it is, and this is the thing too. This is why you don't need money. A lot of people think that you need money to hold on. A lot of people think y'all need money to do all of these things. All y'all need to do is fucking network. Find a nigga that's on your level who shoot videos and be like, "Yo, bro, I'm hot. Listen to me. Like, Lo, we can go. We can get there together." Find somebody who take pictures, who do the same thing, and network. Find other artists, be like, "Yo, let's do some music." Find producers in your hood. How you think Young Chop and all like them niggas was hot and they lived together. They lived around each other and they was all talented and they did it together. You don't need money. Get together with your people. Like y'all talking about all the community stuff.
You tripping,
Get together with your people.
Look, been there, done that. Sounds good. I'm talking actuality. You dig? You need some funds. I don't trust me, you need some funds. Been there, done that. Know all the motherfuckers you're talking about personally. Like all that sounds good. If you think you're gonna get a career going at some point, it's gonna take some money to get you out there. Because ain't nothing for free. All these people you talking about, find somebody that take pictures. Yeah, that camera costs them something. How many videos he gonna shoot for free? How much y'all gonna do before y'all both? Now, if y'all got an event y'all got to go to, now we got to pay for both of us to get there. You dig what I'm saying? It's not. You
don't have to go to an event. You don't got to do it. Like we don't got to go and perform in local joints no more. That's not a thing these days. You don't got to do that. You doing that because you want to. They doing that because it's like they dream. Oh, let's go perform over here. You shouldn't be performing until you got enough people who want you to perform. You performing for people you got to convince to like your music. No,
exactly.
Put your shit on the internet.
All right, so listen. When you get on the internet, right, and you want your what's the first thing they ask you to do when you want a post that's gonna go up? They want you to boost it, right? You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to do that, bro.
To boost it.
You don't have to do that.
All right, boost it. All right, fellas.
You don't,
yo, bro.
You don't have to do that, bro. you don't have to boost. You don't have to boost a post in order for it to go viral. I don't know how many people have posts that went viral on here, but in most cases, if not all, the posts that actually go viral, you never have to boost it. It's just going to go viral because it's a viral video.
I'm ask y'all a question, right? Y'all know all the influencers who started out on YouTube 10 years ago. Now they millionaires. They got like
like 100,000. I mean, like 1 million followers on YouTube, and they on Instagram, and they got like all of those people. They didn't have deals. Like you can literally, all you got to do is if you can sing and you really good, sing. Put a camera in front of yourself, sing. 10 years from now, if you're not stupid, you're going to have the audience. You're going to have the following. You're going to be able to you're going to be able to make money. It's just that simple. It's just like a lot of artists are good artists, and it confuses them that like, why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? You need to kind of think about your business too. Y'all just want to make music. It's like with boxers. I got homies who box, and I'm like, yo, bro, you need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. You need to brand yourself, because I get it. You good at boxing, but that's not really what's going to pay your bills. What's going to pay your bills is the people who don't watch boxing, who's going to come to that fight just because they want to be a part of something because you famous. Think about Ryan Garcia. That nigga's a YouTube boxer. He's an Instagram boxer, and he's one of the biggest draws. And that nigga wasn't even like, he really wasn't. He didn't deserve that type of money if we talking about like just what he worked for. But he branded himself. All you got to do, brand yourself.
He got signed by a major.
No, why did he get signed? Because he was that big of a draw.
He wasn't a draw in.
There was a demand.
He wasn't a draw in.
He brought his own audience. Why you think he got signed?
Bro, listen. He was signed with De La Hoya a long time ago because he was a cute kid that could box. That's why Ryan ain't just started boxing. Ryan went to the Olympics. What are you talking about?
How many
boxers? He wasn't that good.
How many
Ryan
boxers
went
did
to the Olympics?
How many boxers did De La Hoya got that could bring in the same money as Ryan Garcia?
Shit, not many. He was the biggest one.
And why was he the biggest one?
Because he's the biggest one because of the eyes that he got on. He had like 30 million Instagram followers.
Exactly. How did he get them?
You think you
fighting
by being
by being right? He got him from his videos on Instagram. He got him from
being bro. Listen, he was already on the boxing team with all of them other cats. These cats grew up together boxing. All them pros, they've been doing this, right? And he got signed with De La Hoya. When we sitting there talking about, you act like these people ain't got nothing else to do with their time. If you're not making no money,
can't make a Ryan
that's
Garcia.
why people. What?
De La Hoya can't make Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia made him money. Like you can't just take Bud Crawford. You can't just take any of these guys and just throw them in there and think they're gonna be Ryan Garcia. No, Ryan Garcia, he did his thing on social media and all that, and he brought his own fan base. De La Hoya didn't put nothing behind him to give him a fan base. He brought his own fan base because
the only difference between Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez is the Instagram following.
Exactly. And how much exactly? That's what it's
but that's proving that's not really necessarily proving your point because Teofimo Lopez is a hell of a boxer. So is Ryan Garcia.
It don't matter how good you are.
He is a hell of a boxer with an Instagram following. That Instagram following didn't get him the fight against Tank. It didn't get him the fight against Devin Haney. He put himself in those positions with work and other fights. I mean, and mind you, right? I'm not a Ryan Garcia fan. I'm a boxing fan, and haven't seen every one of Ryan Garcia's fights. He's not a slouch. He just was good with Instagram. Like I said, he was a charismatic kid. He was young. He was handsome, so all the girls like him. And he was a fighter, so everything he was doing, he was streaming on Instagram and on his social medias before. And then he did that while becoming a boxer. So he's not just a Instagram boxer.
I'm not calling him a slouch at all. Ryan Garcia, he can rumble. This is what I'm telling. This is what I'm saying. Ryan Garcia did not deserve the Tank fight. Ryan Garcia, did not deserve necessarily any of those fights.
Why not?
Because it was better boxers who was already proven who deserved. He wasn't proven.
Yeah, but we're not. Since when do the better boxers get the fights that they want? That doesn't happen.
So who gets
the champions get to pick their fights?
Your promoter.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do to get somebody to pick him.
Ryan, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Ryan made all the money that he makes because of his Instagram following that he got on his own. That he's the draw because of that.
He makes the money that he makes because he's a boxer with an Instagram following that he has.
And not only that, but he wasn't his fights. But listen, his fights before that were not making no money before he got the Tank fight. He wasn't making no money like that. He wasn't even on pay-per-view. You dig what I'm saying? De La Hoya and them put him in that position. He wasn't getting no pay-per-view fights.
So y'all telling
Instagram following did not translate to the boxing world for a long time.
So y'all telling me that Ryan Garcia, if he didn't have that following, he would have been in the same position?
Possibly. It was a whole bunch of other, bro.
He's talented.
Pitbull. Do you know who Pitbull Cruz is?
Absolutely.
Exactly. And Pitbull Cruz definitely don't have half of the following that Ryan got. A quarter
He's
of
a
it.
he's
He
an
got
amazing
it by
fighter.
boxing.
He's an
So
amazing
Ryan's
fighter.
a better fight, and Ryan's a better fighter than him.
No, he not.
Shit.
All right. His
Ryan's
record
not a better
said,
fighter than Pitbull Cruz.
His record said.
Ryan
His style said.
Garcia
You said Ryan
Garcia should be on the pound for pound list if he wasn't a fuck up.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have lost to
be funny,
Rolly,
but he beat the shit out of David. He beat the shit out of Devin Haney. Like he beat the dog shit out of him. And then he shit the bed in that rematch for whoever he just fought. Like,
Rolly.
bro is literally one of the best boxers fighting right now.
Who,
And
Ryan Garcia?
we gotta forget that we can't, just because we're not talking about talent. If a fighter has to be a draw.
Did
Because
Ryan
some of the
did
best
Ryan just
fighters
lose
can't
to
get
who
eyes
Ryan
on.
just lose to?
Huh?
Rolly.
Who Ryan just
Rolly.
lose to?
Rolly.
Is Rolly going to be Pitbull?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
I would I'm not I don't have a that's a hard fight for me to call, but I will say I don't think that Rolly loses badly. He's not getting knocked out.
No, he's just going to lose.
It might be a split decision. I don't think it's gonna be no wash.
He losing. He don't box good enough for Pitbull, because Pitbull is Mexican. He's not going to stop coming. All that power shit is cool, but Pitbull's going to be there in the 12th round.
Hey, Pitbull's been stopped before, hasn't he?
Hey, yo, somebody put in the chat. He was on PEDs, yo.
Yeah, that's what
true.
That's what Devin Haney Glazers love to say. Like that shit matters.
Look, bro, that shit was not gonna
You
matter.
said that shit.
And
No,
he-
what?
No,
That
because
shit-
if you saw how
hey,
much
you
they
gotta
felt
do the
like when he
research
tested
on that one,
positive.
Trev.
This-
Yeah.
I'm not gonna educate the masses and the Devin Haney saying Glazers, but if you go look and see what his test, what he was actually found in there, and the amount, the same way that John Jones, they found like a picogram of some shit in his shit, it was almost an identical size of ostarine.
And
So
then that
can come from
particular-
food contamination, water contamination, all this other shit.
Cocaine.
So, yeah,
Cocaine.
Well, I wasn't gonna say cocaine because let's try and get a nigga a break. But the way he beat Devin Haney that little shit had nothing to do with. He beat Devin Haney like a fucking slave.
And
How
not
long
only
does
that,
it take for
Rolly
PEDs
is
to come
a
out of the
bad
system?
loss. That's a
Trev,
bad
look,
loss.
100%.
That particular steroid, right? You have to take in cycles over a certain amount of time in order for it to actually have an effect. He had already popped clean, like took about 4 drug tests leading up to the fight that were all clean, right? So in order, blood tests. So in order for that to actually have an effect, he would have had to be on it for 3-4 months to cycle up on it. And it just didn't, you know what I'm saying? So to find a net pico, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, man, what is that going to even do?
Yeah,
at this point?
anybody
was he banned for a year?
Is gonna run with that. Ryan was on PED shit.
He was banned for a year.
So he got suspended.
Yeah,
he took it voluntarily.
So-
but the report came out.
Niggas
Like,
fight once. They fight
Rolly
once
already
they-
lost
Wait.
to Pitbull. I don't-
So the
I don't
box, so the boxing commission decided to ban him for a year for something that could have been water contamination.
Yeah,
Yo, Rolly already lost to Pitbull. I didn't even know that. I didn't even.
yeah. I thought they're fighting again.
Shit,
I don't see it.
that shit sounds crazy.
Did you watch the Devin Haney Ryan Garcia fight?
Nah,
Did I watch it?
I gotta watch. Yeah,
I ain't watch it.
I can't even talk
All
about
right.
it.
If you watch the fight, you will understand that little bitty shit they tried to play him with had nothing to do with why Devin Haney kept getting his ass beat. He kept dropping his right hand and getting caught with nasty left hooks.
And he can't take a punch.
And he can't take a punch for shit. That's why he better never fight Tank Davis. Like, he needs to stay far the fuck away from that man. He probably shouldn't fight Teofimo Lopez either. But he got to stay far the fuck away from anybody with a left hand. Ryan Garcia got the fastest left hand in boxing right now.
Yeah.
And his power behind it. However, Tank has the most powerful left hand, I would say, in boxing right now. I would love to see it because I'm not a Devin Haney fan. But if Gervonta Davis cracks Devin Haney, it's going to be a life altering.
I don't think Tank punched like he used to.
Who?
I don't think Tank punched like he used to.
All right. We act like his what was so because the Lamont Roach fight, cool. What did he do to Frank Martin right before that? He sent that nigga to the shadow realm.
Oh, he can punch, but he don't punch like he used to me.
To who?
He's accurate, but I don't know.
Who was he not knocked out?
It's not about knocking out. I don't see the crack that he used to have.
But I'm sorry, wait, how you don't see the crack that he has, but everybody other than Roach went put to sleep. Well, Hector Garcia because he broke his face. Bro couldn't see. Like he said he was blind. You know how hard you got to hit for a nigga got hit you for you to go blind?
I think Tank is one of the smartest fighters in boxing, and I think people don't give him credit for that. And I think his team is one of the smartest teams. I think that his game plan to tire out Frank Martin the way he did by applying that pressure, you know. But I still don't think that he has the crack that he used to have.
What's that got to do with the result though? That
Wait,
nigga got
Can I?
That's my man. That's one of my favorite boxers. Yeah, go ahead, Terrell.
Man, so first of all, Tank had a different trainer in this fight. And he was going through some other mental things. So on top of that, you can't even compare Lamont Roach. Look at this man's resumes. Look how many knockouts he has. He wore the wrong hairstyle. His rubber band hit him in the eye, and that's that. But it was a draw. So why do you guys get so much clout on a draw?
Some people think it should have been a loss.
Why?
Some people
give me an example.
Take the knee.
I'm not making an argument.
So look, he took the knee. It should have been a point.
To a draw when he's the most dangerous puncher in your weight class. So you
But
deserve
you can
clout
take
for
a
that.
knee. If you go search the rules, you can take a knee when things like that happen. That's what
not
non-casuals.
Not after a punch.
Not after you take a punch.
After a punch, you
That's what
cannot take a
non-casuals
knee.
think, bro.
No,
That's what non-casuals think. You guys are not casuals, so you don't understand the rules of boxing.
We first, you can't call us a casual because we
You
know
know
something you don't know. That will make you look bad.
Boxing
Because-
historians who disagree on this topic too, Terrell.
Like, what are we talking about? Like, if he came out, if he was coming out of his corner and then took a knee because something happened, he can do that in the rules. But once you've been hit, you cannot take a cannot take a knee. That's in the rules. What the fuck you talking about? Casuals.
If that's the case, how come the referee didn't see it that way? How come the commission didn't see it that way?
The referee got it wrong, and he came back later and said he had it wrong.
Because the referee
It
fucked up.
doesn't have nothing to do with the referee. It has to do with the overall commission, bro. That's what you guys don't understand. And when Tank knock out Jake Paul, whatever his name is, and when he come and cleans the floor with Lamont, what you guys gonna say then? Because there's nobody else lined up.
Nothing, nigga. We didn't say shit about it.
You said he gonna knock out Jake Paul.
I think he's gonna knock out Jake Paul.
Fuck no, man. Come on, man.
Y'all hold on, Lamont. That's like your son trying to knock you out. No disrespect.
Y'all tripping, man.
Jake
Come
Paul
on,
got
man.
6
Are
pounds
you
on, bro,
serious?
like
Y'all
8
It's
inches.
like your son trying to knock you out.
Y'all tripping. You tripping, man.
You think bro? There's no way. Tank carried Lamont. Tank carried Lamont all those extra rounds. He dazed that nigga like
Bro, we're not
3
even talking
times,
about that
bro.
fight no more, G. We talking about
Oh,
Tank
so what we
versus
talking?
Jake Paul.
I didn't know we changed the conversation.
Now, bro.
Tank is a
Tank weigh a buck
legitimate
35.
boxer.
Jake Paul walk around at 225.
Yeah,
So
that's
look,
come
this is
on,
gonna
man.
be-
That's
Hey, look,
Willie.
that's crazy.
How much you
as
walk
hell.
around that, Willie? How much you walk around that, Willie? Because Tank will whip your ass too, nigga.
Hold on.
What you walk around that, bro?
Hold on. Listen, fellas, look. That's equivalent to. That's honestly like, what is that? Like a 40-pound swing? Not even, right?
No, that's
Damn,
way more, man.
Way more. That's almost 100.
That's almost 100
90.
pounds, bro.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
and
That's like.
and this is
Hey, listen.
this is
That's
clearly
like. That's
it's
like.
clearly a money grab. That's not even a real fight.
Yeah,
Them niggas
yeah,
getting
it's an exhibition, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
just a
It's
money
What I'm
grab.
saying is that's equivalent to Deontay Wilder at 212, 220, fighting a 270, 280
No, it's not.
Fury.
Yeah, that's equivalent. That's equivalent to Tank fighting Crawford.
That's about a 70
If Tank touch Crawford,
Yeah.
if Tank touch Crawford, Crawford going to sleep.
There's not a 100
Tank
pound
is a way more skilled fighter than Crawford.
Terrell, now you out of pocket now.
You know what boxing fans suck at?
Oh, here we go.
You out of pocket. He just a Tank fan.
Fighting Tank to Deontay fighting. That's dumb. There's not 100-pound difference between Bud and Tank. There's not. There's 100-pound difference damn near between between Tank and Jake Paul. So if you wanted to make an apples comparison, you would say that'd be like Tank fighting Deontay fucking Wilder, which would be 100-pound difference because he fought at 217 his last fight, right?
That's what he's doing with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
So y'all don't think that Jake? Y'all don't think he gonna whoop Jake Paul ass?
Hell yeah! This nigga about to sleep. This nigga got so much power.
I didn't say that. What I am saying is that I don't see him knocking him out.
Okay, y'all think heavyweight? Y'all think heavyweight chins are different from the chin of a man, somebody that's 165 or one?
I think that heavyweight power is different from somebody that weighs 135. That's what I think.
So,
but when you use the skill,
I would say this. I would bet that if you put yourself on the punching machine and put Tank on the punching machine, you would hit harder.
Maybe.
That's not true.
But is the accuracy there?
Bro,
is the accuracy there?
Argument. We talking about power accuracy now, because
we talking about the 4 rules of boxing.
I don't think the Tank is going to knock out Jake Paul.
No, you said that he was going to knock him out.
I think that he goes to Jake Paul body. It's over. I will say that.
What is the criteria? What is the criteria of
one of the things that we can't do is if you ain't putting no money on the fight, don't talk me to fucking death about what you think. Like
what's the criteria of scoring a fight? Give me the 4 criteria of scoring a fight, bro.
If you don't have your prize picks money in, or your FanDuel bet already in, or your bet slip from the MGM, I'm not finna sit here and go back and forth with niggas about what they think about boxing.
Give me the 4 criteria of scoring a fight, bro. So give me the 4 criteria. You can't. So you goofy. You don't even know how the sport go, bro.
What are you talking about?
Give me the 4 criteria of scoring a fight, bro.
Argue? I'm a goofy. You sit there and argue about something 2 other niggas are doing. I bet my money. So how much do you want to bet that you don't get knocked out? So don't talk me to death. I'm goofy, but I got a couple dollars. So
you think Tank is gonna get knocked out?
How much? So are you saying, bro? Stop talking and say a number. Like I'm not gonna do all that gun bucking with you, bro. So pick a number. How much do you want to bet that Tank does not knock out Jake Paul? Nigga,
Tank is going to end this nigga with a body spot. He's going to end this dude with a body shot. But you didn't answer my question. And what is the 4 criteria of scoring a fight, bro?
You don't have skin in the game. You just a nigga up here talking.
So you don't even know, bro. You just over there talking.
You can talk to Law. You can talk to Viz.
He's the Tank hater, bro. He's the Tank hater.
Today. So he'll give you a loan or some time. But if you don't want to put no money up, stop fucking talking to me.
And we can put money up, bro. What are you talking about? You the one who's gonna be cashing out. You're gonna be cashing me out, I should say. Because we already know.
How much money do you want to put on the fight, nigga? Stop, don't talk to me.
What you want to put on it? What you want to put on it?
Whatever you can afford and not be out of, you know what I'm saying? I want you to be uncomfortable. I want you at the pawn.
But that's not a number, bro. Just like you can't, that's not a number. Just like you can't give me the 4 criteria for scoring a fight.
Okay, bet $1,000.
Put a band on it.
Bro, what city you in? Bro, I'm in Sacramento, California, bro. I'm in Sacramento. Where you at?
What does that mean?
It don't matter. Where you gonna wire the bread?
Sale works everywhere. What are you talking about, bro?
Bro,
so Tank now I said a number. Now you say you got to pick that back up. That's cool.
Tank will be anybody in his division. That's why these niggas is running from this dude, bro. Just like you want to see that nigga lose. You want to see this nigga? We can bet, bro.
Do you want the bet or not? So is the bet on?
Yes or no? I'll take the bet if you can name me the 4 criteria of scoring a fight, bro.
Okay, I'm not finna name shit.
Nigga, you got 10, you got 12 seconds, bro. Man, give me that shit.
You want the bet or not?
Go ahead and Google that shit so you can figure it out, bro.
You should feel good about it because you finna get a free $1,000. And where you live, nigga, cost of living is high. You in Sacramento.
You running. Give me the criteria of scoring a fight, bro.
I don't need to have a criteria to score a fight to bet on it.
So you don't know nothing about effective aggression?
Like, hey, Mr. Willie, before you bet on
you don't know nothing about ring generalship?
For the fight is, you just want them niggas want to come up here and talk because you read some
You don't know nothing about defense?
Bruh.
You don't know nothing about effective aggression.
Hey, Willie,
you just talk to me. Whatever, man.
Terrell,
you a clown out here. Make sure you had a big red nose on the Halloween.
We definitely go far in your house. I'm looking at that mirror and I'm
used to train on your box or something.
So again, if you want this $1,000, bro, come get it.
Yeah, are you gonna bet or not?
We can do it. But can you give me the 4 criteria for scoring a fight, bro?
Real. You used to box?
What's up, bro?
On a train?
Me?
You used to box?
Nah, I did Hagana and Taekwondo and Tai Chi. I mean, I did
nigga.
Hagana and I did. No, it don't matter. I still was boxing inside of that shit, bro. But I'm a boxing fan, bro.
Right.
You're a casual.
Hey, Willie.
You're a casual, bro.
So you want to?
So all you niggas is against Tank,
Willie,
right?
you want to tell him how
When
much of
Tank
a
beat this
casual
nigga Jake
boxing fan
Paul,
you are? Hold on, man. You can't
Whatever,
talk
bro.
constantly, bro. We talking. Hold on.
Oh, my
Hey,
bad, bro.
Hey, Willie, you want to give him a
Stop
little?
This nigga said he played hockey and took taekwondo.
I said no.
Now, bro.
I said
The nigga
said
played
Hagana.
hockey and took taekwondo. He's a power
I said
ranger.
Hagana. It's
Yeah, he
called
didn't say
Hagana,
taekwondo.
bro.
What are you doing?
And it's called it's boxing.
What's that
It's
like?
all
One of those-
together, bro. It
That's
don't
like one
matter.
of
What
those-
did you take?
That's like one of
What
those
did you
TV
take?
like martial arts.
What
like
any of
a
you
TV
dudes
martial
take?
Hey, what did any of you dudes take? Willie, because we didn't went through this whole thing a long time
Man,
ago.
listen, our resumes are out here. The
Well,
new
I
niggas
just
want-
got here, bro.
All I want
I'm
to know
from
is do we get.
Sacramento,
I want to know
just
about
got
this
here, my nigga.
$1,000 bet. That's all I care about. Like if it's gonna hurt
Bro, you don't have no $1,000
because
because if you had $1,000, that motherfucking
and then y'all can put the money
that
together. And we can
excuse
make
my
it
language, fellas. That what
all
is
I
that? A
want.
hoodie you got on wouldn't be yellow, bro.
That's all I
So
want.
you know you don't got. That's why you cannot name the 4 criteria of a boxing match. You don't even know anything about boxing, bro.
Okay, if that's what makes you
You don't
feel
know
better, G,
nothing.
we know you don't have $1,000,
Whatever, bro.
so you don't want to take the bet. So of the two of
I
us,
told you I
got
take the bet.
$1,000
I take the bet. You name me the 4. I just named you the 4 criteria of scoring a fight.
Okay, how about this?
Give them
If I
back to
name
me,
it,
bro.
It's a 5-1 bet. You cool with that?
Hey, you know what? I know you guys been up late. Hey, we fellas,
you ain't
we
finna
boys.
run. You
Man,
finna run that
don't
back?
try
Come
to
on,
don't
And I'm
man.
gonna roll out, bro.
try to
What
run
happened
that.
Hey, this dude ain't answering
What
my
happened to
question.
the pen?
Hey, JR, you listen.
He ain't answering my question, bro. What you want me to do?
To me, bro. That's not fair. You're
Wait,
gonna have a
why
hard
do-
time
why
getting
do
niggas
we-
to come on the
Hey,
panel if you don't keep
so
saying
Why do we have
Tank?
to answer the question in order for you to take the bet? It's a very simple question.
Why? Because
Why?
that's let me know you know something about
He's
boxing.
sending out text messages trying to come up with $1,000
What does that
right
matter
now.
though? Wait, hold on, Willie. But what does that matter though? If it's a bet, if he doesn't know the 4 criteria,
It's better
then for you that should be an easy $1,000 in your pocket, right?
And you can see he
Right.
needs it. Look at that shower curtain right behind him.
There ain't no shower curtain back. There ain't no shower curtain back there, bro. I'm in my 5-bedroom home with a pool in the backyard, nigga. With motherfucker, I own all this over here, bro. So I don't even know what you're talking about.
All right, well, come get this $1,000, bro. Put it towards your
I'm an
land.
accountant over here. I hold niggas accountable like I'm holding you accountable. What you
can't
talking about,
hold
bro?
me accountable, bro. The only people you can hold accountable,
Nigga, you can't even tell me the 4 criteria of scoring a fight. I can hold you accountable, bro. How we even having this conversation?
Terrell, did you just learn that or something?
You want them problems,
Learn
cuz?
what?
Did you just learn the 4 criteria?
Look at it. Look at it.
That's why-
Look at this
that's
light
why-
It
shining off
sound
his
like I
forehead.
just
He's
learned
looking
it.
this shit up right
It
now.
Nigga, you the
sound
one up
like-
here on the suit, nigga. Did you just learn? Did you just figure out you need the suit on this channel, nigga? You
Yeah, I've
suit
been wearing
wearing
this
ass
suit on this
motherfucker,
channel
nigga. You
since
got
I've
a
been on
5
here.
head, nigga.
Bro,
Did you
know
have
how-
you learned the
look how
criteria of getting your
corny you gotta
hairline
be to
and
be
stuff,
from
nigga?
California and
What
can't
you
get
talking
paid.
about, bro?
I know
Yo,
your
what's
ass
going
ain't
Nigga, you
talking
goofy
up.
ass nigga, you over there looking like motherfucking Mark Henry, nigga, from the WWE. And you trying to talk to me about some shit, bro?
Get your ass up out of here.
Hey, so
Yeah,
can I
kick
get
me
this?
off,
Can I
bro.
get
I'm
this?
here. I'm still here, my nigga. And I'm gonna pull back up on you niggas to hold you niggas accountable
This
because
nigga
you
wearing
niggas
a
know
goatee.
you niggas. Nigga,
Nigga,
ain't nobody
Nigga
fucking
got a
with Tank,
goatee.
bro.
Who the fuck wear
Figure that
goatees
out.
anymore, man? Get your ass up out of here.
No,
You wear goatee, bro?
You should
Nigga, you
probably
got
hop
a
off this
beard,
live
nigga.
and
What
try
the
to go
fuck you
hop on
talking
Tank's
about?
nuts.
Nigga, you got pussy juice in your beard right now, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Did you watch that motherfucker from
You
last
shine
night?
your head with
Man,
pussy juice.
how old are you, man? What the
I'm the same age as you, bro. What are you talking about?
Get
Nigga, I'm
your
50 fucking years old, bro.
You 50?
Nigga,
And
my
don't have
birthday is
$1,000?
7/11/75, bro. What you talking about?
Let me
Damn,
see
you don't
your
have
collar. Let me see your
$1,000, bro?
t-shirt.
Nigga,
Let
and
me
your
see your
pocket square
t-shirt.
don't even match your suit, bro. Get that shit together, my nigga.
Bro, you
Loose
listen,
ass
All right,
you
my
gotta
t-shirt
nigga.
know
Hey,
you buy
I'm
your
good.
suits at Burlington.
Well, yo,
I don't
hey,
want to
why-
run
said
from
his
y'all,
pocket
so
square
I
don't
just have
match
to
your
let
suit.
what y'all talking about take, bro.
why the collar on your t-shirt so loose?
Because I'm outside of my working time, bro. I can go get fitted up in a tie and some slacks if you want me to, bro. But
Why your
I'm off work, bro.
shirts not match? They two different shades of yellow.
I'm an accountant for Health Net of California, bro. So it don't matter to me.
What are we talking about?
You know what I mean? It don't matter to me, bro.
2 plus 2 is 4. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Like this nigga just must have got his first little shot of hoppy internet and wanted to come on and see how it works. Like he want to see
Nah,
niggas
nigga, nigga, you still on that titty mill, nigga. You don't understand the rules of shit, bro. That's what you still on, bro.
I understand
all
the rules.
All right, fellas. All right, bro. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna let y'all finish your show. I didn't mean to go into
No,
this.
man, no, don't run. We finna cook your ass.
Don't run now. Come on,
y'all ain't cooking nothing. What you want to talk about?
Steve Harvey ass.
Who cooking something?
Get the fuck
Let
up
me
out
know
of
who
here.
cooking something.
Hey, where
Because
your
the only
ears
thing you
at?
niggas is cooking, what you
The only
cooking with that
person who
sweater
get cooked
on,
for when they
nigga,
come
and your
on the panel
body.
is OTC. And he's a good sport about it. He actually cool, bro. You weird. But you from California.
I'm weird. I'm weird because I'm coming on talking about what Tank
can't
gonna
even
do.
see this
So that
nigga
means he
ears
weird.
and shit, boy. Where your ears at?
I've never in my
That's what
life
I'm saying.
seen no
You
nigga
can't
come on the
even
panel
see his
just to
ears
dick
and
ride
shit.
another nigga.
Ears. Wait, hold on. Who talking to me? Which one of you niggas is talking to me? Because the nigga with the shades
Nigga,
on
I'm
don't even have no
talking- nigga, I'm
eyes.
talking to you. We
Nigga,
can't even
take the
see your
shades off
ears,
so I can
boy.
see your face, nigga. Let's see you, nigga.
Fat
Hey,
head
why
ass
can't we
high,
see
boy.
your,
What you
where are
hiding
your
for,
ears
bro?
at? Hold on, where
What
are
you
your
hiding for?
ears?
Nigga, where your belly at? Nigga,
Hey,
nigga,
put
hold
your
on.
head. Where are your ears at? Like you have no ears.
Nigga
You like a
ain't even
Mr.
got no
Potato
ears
Head.
and shit. Where your ears at,
Hey,
man?
this the nigga right here that don't wear no drawers, bro. That nigga ain't got no drawers on right now, bro.
Hey, yo, pause, man.
That
Hey,
nigga don't have no
you
drawers
too
on.
goddamn old for this, man.
He's the clown,
You
bro.
too old for this, man.
But you know what? You guys deflecting.
Hey,
Bro, you
You
done
guys are
turned your head.
deflecting.
You turned your
Y'all
head
need to
45
just stick
degrees
to the
to the left
topic
or right.
and let's go spot.
Hey.
Let's get back to it. We can handle it there.
This nigga sitting here trying to argue with us,
Where
and
are
he's
your
sitting there with a pair
I'm not arguing
with some
nothing,
flannel
bro. I'm
boxes
making
on
a
right
point.
now. This nigga sitting on the couch
I'm
with some
proving the
flannel
point.
boxes
I ain't
right now,
arguing.
trying to
I'm not
argue about
arguing
some
nothing. I'm
boxes.
proving the
Man,
point.
fuck out of here,
So you
man.
guys got something to say about the tank shit, or y'all gonna go ahead and deflect? Because right now I'm cooking y'all whole panel on tank.
No, we roasting
I'm
your
cooking
big
y'all whole
head
panel,
ass,
nigga. I'm
boy.
making matter of fact, I ain't even making the regular gumbo, nigga. I'm making a motherfucking personal gumbo that's made out of all meat and sausages, nigga. I ain't adding nothing else. I'm cooking you niggas. So who the fuck got something to
Hey,
say
you home
about
alone,
Tank
ain't
Davis, bro?
Real, you ain't got no girl there, do you?
Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, on a
Nigga,
scale
I've
of 1
been
to
married
10,
for
how
nigga, I've been married for
good would you say
27
Tank
years,
Dick
bro.
is? Like,
I've been married for 27 years, bro. What y'all talking about?
She know you on the internet arguing in your drawers.
That's not no surprise. Like being married.
So you niggas is on the internet. You guys are on the internet.
Wait, so does she know that you sitting here
Oh yeah,
arguing
you
with niggas
goofy.
in
You
your drawers?
just put your own foot in your mouth, nigga. You on the internet too. So what make me different, nigga?
You're not arguing with her.
Exactly, bro. Shut your goofy ass up.
Put your wife on the phone.
But you guys is running from the conversation, my nigga.
Terrell, you said
you guys is running. You deflecting. Get back to the subject. Boxing.
You said
ain't nobody
old
seen.
lady because I want to hear what she has to say.
You said Tank and knock out Crawford, bro. Do you remember saying that?
Nigga,
Bro, he
if
can't
Tank
hear you. That nigga's
and
ears
Crawford
not even
fight.
attached right now.
Nigga, Crawford is fucking goofy, bro.
Hey, why
This
your
Crawford
eyebrows? Why
have
your
to steal
eyebrows stuck
Shakur's
like
whole
that?
fighting style for this nigga to win against motherfucking.
Hey, why your eyebrows stuck like that, man?
Oh my god!
Oh my god, bro!
I'm more handsome than every one of you niggas on this panel, nigga.
Bro, your
nigga,
wife.
I'm the nigga gotta go get my shit
wait,
jeweled up. Come in my shit, and I knock all you niggas bitches.
Hey, bro, your wife.
That's what us Californians do.
You said
Nigga, I will
everybody?
come to y'all city and knock y'all hoes, nigga. So don't get the shit conflicted or conflated, bro.
Listen.
Terrell, who you talking about? You talking about the people you was talking to, or you saying everybody?
Trev, don't worry about. I got you.
Everybody, nigga. I'm talking to all y'all niggas.
Since you want to know,
You gonna come in here with a head shaped like a fucking potato,
put your wife on
talking
the
shit?
right now.
Are you for real, my
Nigga,
nigga?
take your
Your
hat
whole
off.
face look like a
All
whole
y'all niggas take
whole
your hat
potato,
off.
my nigga.
Nigga, you take
What
your
we
hat
doing?
off. Nigga,
Yo,
all
what
y'all
happened?
take
What's
y'all
up
shit
with
off, bro. You see me?
Bro, next time you arch your eyebrows, use a mirror, bro.
Arch. Nigga, what are you talking about, bro?
You
Bro,
missed.
put your
Nigga,
wife
you
on
can't even
camera
show
right
your
now.
face, bro.
Bro, put your wife on camera right now.
You can't even show your face. Nigga, you put your wife on camera right now. Nigga.
Hey, did you say
Bring
take
her
our
fat
hats
ass
off?
out here. Nigga, bring her fat ass out here and show me your wife,
You
nigga.
didn't have to tell me your wife is fat. I already knew. But thank you. But you said you want to knock our hoes. If you put your wife on camera right now, she won't tell you that you the most handsome person.
Nigga, my wife don't mean I can't knock your hoes, nigga.
But your own wife won't think you look
What are
better
you
than nobody
talking
on the
about,
show
nigga?
either.
She not there, is she?
All
Nigga,
I'm saying is
if
this.
I'm in the club with you niggas
not there,
wouldn't get no bitches, nigga. Put that. Let's say it like
What?
that. You niggas
I'm not
is out
going
of
to the
towners,
Yo,
bro.
I will
We
I
real
will
out here in
definitely
California, bro.
definitely
You
bet
niggas can
1,000 on
cover
that.
up,
JR,
I'll go to
cover up
your
the
city
headlines
and
and all that
and
shit,
hey,
bro.
bet you
invite his
and
wife
do
to
You
a
the
guys
lose.
don't
Thursday
know.
show and see how. Let's see how this shit
You
goes.
could go to
You know
your
what? I'm
bar
gone.
if we
I
want
gave
to,
you
and
niggas
you'll
some.
still
I gave
lose.
you niggas some fuel. Javante
Hey.
Davis ain't losing to Jake Paul, bro. And we gonna leave it at that.
Hey, tell Miss Davis I said hi.
Wait a minute.
No, you tell Miss Davis I said hi.
I can't because she ain't done back in that motherfucker
Nigga,
hibernating,
them
bro.
hoes
So I
low.
can't tell her shit.
No, that's what you do. That's what you do. Y'all hold people tight. That's what y'all do. I'm the nigga you
JR,
niggas see
gotta
in
stop
Walmart or
Miss
something,
Davis on
and you
Thursday.
niggas grab y'all girls and put her on your left side.
I don't shop at Walmart.
Boy, ain't nobody worried about your big
Yeah, you shop
head
somewhere,
ass,
nigga.
boy.
I'm
Fuck
6'5", nigga. I'm 6'5". I
You
weigh
6'5" with
245,
no
bro.
ears and
And I'm on
short
top of
arms.
my shit,
No,
bro.
you ain't. Nigga. You look like a tadpole, bro. You ain't no 6'5". Fucking
Nigga, I'm 6'5", bro. I'm keeping it real with
Trev,
you.
he's
I'm fucking
6'5" with
6'5", my nigga.
6
I'm
arms
6'5".
and no ears.
Nigga, I've been 6'6"
He came
since
on
I
here
was
with a
17.
Galaxy T-shirt, bro. He got a Galaxy T-shirt on.
So you want me to
5X.
go put on one of my jerseys, bro? Because I see a couple niggas up here with T-shirts on. And then I see a nigga with a cheap ass suit on, nigga, that don't even know the thread count of his suit, nigga. So what
Hey,
the
does your
fuck are you
wife know
talking
that
about?
she's married to you, or you just claiming somebody? Like, is
Bro,
she
my
aware?
wife is a registered hygienist. She make over $75,000 a year, bro. What are you talking about?
Wait. That's cool. So
Ooh,
listen.
flex.
Wait, stop. You're making it worse.
This that California love out here, bro.
Makes
You niggas don't know
$75
nothing
a
about that.
No, because right,
Terrell,
my
Terrell,
wife
my
told me
My
working
wife
over
is fucking
$75,000 a month
5'2".
for a
She
year.
weigh fucking 127, bro. And she gets her bread, my nigga.
If you
Nigga, what
think
your
you
wife
consider
do,
to
nigga?
believe that your wife weigh 127 and you left off like you acting like a body count conversation, you just leaving numbers off now.
Nigga, you ain't gave me nothing about your shit.
I don't
But you
have to.
asking
Everybody
about
on
my
this
nigga, what your
motherfucker
wife
seen
weigh,
that.
nigga?
All I'm gonna say
Your
is
wife
this.
eating potato and macaroni
I
and cheese for
guarantee
lunch,
you
nigga.
this.
What your
Your
wife
bitch
look
got
like?
fucking with a picture of mine, let alone the real version of her.
A picture of yours.
The reason
Nigga,
why
you
is
ain't even
because
got
she's
no
married
bitches,
to
my
you.
nigga.
The
Nigga, you
fact
don't
that
even
she's
look
married
like a
to you,
nigga
we
that
know
got
that
bitches,
she's
nigga.
trash.
You a
Because
fat ass
she
nigga
chose
that
you
run
as
around
her
a club,
husband.
nigga, sitting on the wall, nigga, because
You
you
make
don't
your
got no
wife look
bitches,
bad.
nigga.
That's the crazy part. You make
Hey,
your wife
whatever,
look
my
bad.
nigga. I'm out, bro. It's good. We getting on that tank shit, bro. And we can keep it real, nigga. Look at this face, nigga. This nigga the face. That's still all you niggas bitches, nigga.
That's funny.
No, my girl like a nigga with ears.
Mr. Potato Head ears fell off.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah, that's that beautiful nigga. Nigga, you come out here, nigga, your arm candy gonna get snatched, nigga. So remember that shit, nigga. Remember this shit.
My
Nigga,
girlfriend
real
won't
nigga.
date somebody who doesn't have ears or money.
Nigga, that's what you think. Nigga, show her the picture, nigga, and she gonna definitely fuck with a nigga like me, nigga.
First
Because
of all,
we
I'm
the
not
real
gonna
niggas.
show her a picture.
Fuck
Hey,
you,
this
fat
nigga
ass,
look.
ugly ass niggas
Now, do
who
not
don't know
want
nothing
this.
about boxing, which I'm originally here for. But I'm not worried about no accolades or no milestones. I'm not worried about macroeconomics. I'm not worried about microeconomics. I'm not worried about none of the worldly shit. This is direct. You know what I mean?
No,
but I'm gone, bro.
We don't.
You're a weird
Like
nigga,
Montreal
bro.
Williams
That
just
boy
got
look like
stuck on
a-
the pants and then gained a bunch of weight and came here changing
Yeah,
that Terrell Davis.
That nigga look like a goddamn hot dog at 7-Eleven.
Man, this nigga, I told you one is a popcorn filling and you got water damage in that motherfucker. Get off the
stucco stealing.
He got the popcorn
Get the fuck off this phone. I guarantee you, if he moved that mirror, it's a big ass like dirt stain right
Hey, I'll
around.
pull it up on you niggas.
Like JR, you gotta stop sacrificing these niggas to us, bro. That's unfair. He not be living.
Weird nigga.
Yo, I don't know what's
he blew me when he
bro.
said casuals. Like
JR had an argument with a nigga with no ears, expecting him to listen. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, you casually left your ears at home, nigga. He stood his
I
ground.
mean, y'all make sure to hit that like button on the way out, man. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight.